Hey, howdy, hi there, motherfuckers. Herp, you're fired, and stop laughing. Lumia, hello, welcome in. Yeah, I'm gonna need more fucking Phoenix and Baker Phoenix, cause Herp sucks. Solaire, welcome in. It's okay, that mission was failed. Herp, get the fuck out of my stream, you're fucking fired. Hey, the music seemed fine. I didn't have to click anything. It was just like, you know what? You may be right, but no. Do we have fun? Do we have fun? Cause I'm not having too much fun right now, chat. Right now, I am triggered. Oh my god. I guess so. No, fuck off. Get out of here. So like, I don't know how Herb has like bypassed the permaban, but it's whatever. Chat, I'm like presently down to 2 mods. I'm looking for, get the fuck out. Larisse Dunham, welcome in, Mutate. We're already starting off to a great start today. We're down a mod. We need a new mod. I'm taking applications. Send them somewhere into the ether. I'll summon them to me as per my name. What the, no. Also, Solaire has also bypassed the fucking permaban. Fuck you guys. Oh my god. Just, sending me the most fucking cursed memes that I've ever fucking laid eyes on. I do not appreciate this shit. I do not appreciate it one bit. How dare you? My husbando would never, ever, because no, stop. You're fired. You're so fucking fired. It's uneven fucking believable right now. You're so fired. Whoever made that meme too, there's a special place for you in hell. Disrespectfully, there's a special place for you in hell. Like, no, it's not fine. There are just some things that like Nova's face meme and cake, because I've been offered cake right now, can't fix, all right? And you know it's serious, because if cake can't fix it, and my matcha that I was, happily brewing on my own, all right? No. I am not close-minded, but I don't know. They're not yucking at all. Oh my god, get out of here. Here's your fucking advertisement to join the fucking Syndrian army on Discord, because that's where that fucking thing is for the next, like, probably 4 hours while I'm streaming, and then I'm nuking that thing and it's never coming back, and you can fucking blame Herc for this. No, it's disrespectful. I'm filing charges against Herp. I'm suing Herp for everything that Herp has, is, will be, and was, all right? I'm filing for defamation, all right? Because that works here, definitely. I'm filing for, like, trauma and shit, instilling trauma. No, it's the worst. I hate it, all right? No. Harassment? No. Harassment, indeed. No. You are not allowed within 1,000 feet of me, my husbandos, my goddesses, my baby girls, this channel, anything of mine, all right? You're fired! God damn it! That's the most cursed meme I think I've seen in, like, a while. And I hate it. And this is why AI should be, like, fucking destroyed, deleted, everything. I hate it. I hate you. Dishonor on you. Dishonor on your family. Dishonor on your cow. I'm good. Anyways. Hi, Mutates. You're fired! It isn't writing! Scroll up! God damn it! Yes, so did I. And then someone woke up and was like, oh, look, here's the the start of a war. Nayra likes war. She's fucking general of the Sindrian army back in her world. I'm like, yeah, I am. We're going to war. Wings out and everything, man. Fuck off. We're going true form for this shit. Fuck off. No. 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 God damn it. Blades impaling you one by one. God. Or all at once. I haven't decided until I get my hands on you and after I throttle you, but it's fine. Cursed memes. I love them. How are you guys doing today, except for Herb? Herb's gonna die. How are you guys doing? We're all gonna die one day, and it's gonna be because of that meme. How are you guys doing? I'm fine. I'm fine. How are you guys? I had my popcorn water yesterday, okay? All right? It was great. It was wonderful. It was crunchy, and the water was yellow, and also soggy. It was crunchy and soggy, yellow water, butter, except that there wasn't butter on it. It was plain. I don't know why it was yellow. Because in America, we just dye things with everything. Because America. Ugh. I've got a huge, huge mug. I started making this matcha, and then I was like, oh, so that's how it's gonna be today, is it? This is how we're gonna finish off my day? Okay, cool. I dumped the matcha powder into a bigger mug, and so now we're using the lovely mug of infinite matcha that Kian sent me. Thank you very much, Kian. I'm not sure if you're in here yet, but if when you see this, thank you again. So we poured it into the Kian mug, and now I'm just staring at it. And I'm like, this, it may be infinite, but I don't have enough. I don't have enough. This is the kind of day. That sounds really good. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just gonna tear your mouth off, and then I won't have to see it anymore, and it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine! But your dinner sounds really great, mutates. I don't know. I had oatmeal today, and that was it. I had oatmeal, and then I thirsted for blood, and I haven't quite craved blood like this badly since like forever and ever. Yep. Today's Chicken Tendies Day. Oh, Chicken Tendies sounds great. We have Dino Nuggies. Crispy's Dino Nuggies. I may eat Crispy's Dino Nugs. Hold on, I'm trying so hard. No, fuck yourself? Because you posted it in my Discord server? Fuck yourself? Get out of here! I'm blaming your ass till the cows come home. Fuck off, and even after, all right? Eat the Dino Nugs, maybe. That means I have to go downstairs and I have to wait for them in the air fryer. Blame the image. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. With the remaining time you have to fuck yourself until I find you, and then you are ended. All right? I don't know if I have the capacity to hold back my rage, because we're gonna play, and then I'm gonna go find Herp. All right? All right? Or I can just summon him to me, and I can't do that right now because I am on camera and violence is not permitted on the YouTubes and the Twitches. And I fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. It's fine. It's not fine. It's not fine. It's cursed shit. That's gonna burn in hell alongside her after I'm finished with him. Paging Dr. Ah! I will bring back the basement. I'll go unearth the one that was lost in the fire and put you down in there. You can eat the ashes. All right? Now that you're fired, it's actually the view counter is busted. Why is that? Why is my view counter busted? I don't even know what it's at. I don't have the view counter like here for me. I get nervous knowing how many people are here. All right? Because that's how many witnesses I'm gonna have to be like, no, really, Your Honor, I didn't unalive one of my mods. It's at 0. Well, that fucking blows. What does it say on my end? It's fine if it is 0. Yeah, on my end it says 8. It says 8. Which means that I have to take down 8 people as well. That or they're on my side. Which one are you? Will you be another corpse in like the autopsy report, or are you on my side? Is she okay? She's like getting really real here. I'm not okay, okay? you've seen the things I've seen in the last 30 minutes, you wouldn't be either! Ah! It's yeah, okay. That's fine. Can you be on the side of the Dino Nuggies? Depends on where the, you see 0, 2. That's cool. I don't know. You guys are here, though, and, like, maybe it's telling me that, like, you know, murder is okay. Maybe that's what it's telling me. I'm not condoning murder. I'm just saying sometimes getting rid of the problem comes in, like, many different forms. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm a chaotic elven being that's gonna eventually go back to her own world, which means that I get to, you know, not do that as well. It's fine, because I'm here, and murder's never okay. However, trapping your mod in a basement is also not okay, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm here. I'm holy. Except that I'm not. Nope. Nope. The holy water just burns when it enters my mouth. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And like, I don't worry about it. Truly, I don't worry about it. It's nice to know that you guys are keeping track for me, though, to see kind of like how many witnesses I need to take care of. I mean, are gonna be on my side or I need to take care of. You know what? It's fine. It's nice to know that you guys are keeping track of that for me, though, because I'm over here like, nah, I don't know. When Crispy was like, afterwards for like Expedition 33, he was like, there were so many people like right before the thing that hit, and yeah, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. There are so many like people just like waiting for that scene. I was like, oh great, wonderful. I'm happy I didn't know that, because I was just having like a nice time, and probably that would have like, I don't know, set me off to and like, oh cool, I don't know what I need to do right now, because I panic in front of a whole bunch of people, even the people that I know and shit, you know. I'm like, oh god, there's people staring at me, great. What do I do? And then yeah, so I probably would have known something was up, or just like freaked out, and then it would have been like, oh shit, oh my god, stop. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So yeah, I took off the counter. I used to have it with like, what do we used to use? What do we used to use for dual chat? I can't remember what we used to do for dual chat. Officer, the elf girl told me that you were allowed to murder. I said no such thing. I'm just saying that I have the power of the Triforce, and I will find you. All right, I will find you, Herp! Anyway, and maker of meme, fuck off! Fuck off! Wow, AI just disappeared overnight. I used my abilities, and now it's gone forever. Thanks. Except not. Sure, yeah. Whatever. You're so funny, except that you're not. You suck. Watching a friend breakup happen, like, live on stream. Like, Jesus Christ, are they gonna recover from this? The answer's no! We're not! Ever! I was having a good day. I was eepy, but I was having a good. Now, I can blame you for posting it in my server, alright? I can blame you for posting it in my safe space, alright? For making me put eyes on it, for tagging me in that shit? Fuck off! Oh my god. Are you scared of sharks because they're immune to my magic? No, definitely not. Definitely not. It's funny because back in Syndria, I lived on an island. And it wasn't like an issue. Because I did have power on Syndria, and now it's so much weakened with like this form here. Obviously, my human form is pretty rough, and I have to be in my human form for quite a bit of my inhabitants on Earth. It's great. Make low effort memes only. Whatever! I was on the phone with Crispy when that happened, so I didn't get to hear if it was like AI, which it sounded kind of like it was AI because it was like super, super low. I hate that I can't like turn up volume. At the same time, I'm also happy that I didn't turn up my volume to, you know, match Crispy's voice level. But you know, you like turn up the volume on your phone, it's like, it's just the person on call gets louder and not like the meme that you're trying to listen to, and then you're happy, but yeah, no, it's not. It's not fun. It's not fun. That was an actual person. Well, they're gonna be right beside you on the one-way ticket. One-way ticket to hell. You two. In that car together. Yep. And make sure to cut the brakes. That way it's a smooth ride. Smooth ride. Took away the power steering, all of it. Don't worry. You'll get there just fine! fine. My last courtesy to you two. Ugh. Yeah, there is no God for you, all right? I am your God right now. Their prayers fall on deaf ears. Right. Fuck off. God. Ugh. So, other than Herp, what are you guys doing this weekend? We're excluding Herp from now on. Herp is Rudolph, and we're all the other reindeers. You're not involved to our reindeer games, okay? All right. What is everyone else doing this weekend? Oh, thank God I haven't been goofed. What are you guys doing this weekend? Me? I'm probably, finding a good place on Earth. On Earth, for burying hidden treasure. We'll call it hidden treasure. 3-day weekend. Some laundry, some cleaning, mostly relaxing. That sounds like a productive and relaxing weekend. I envy you. You won't be covered in dirt. Making lasagna. Oh, I've never made lasagna myself. You have to send me. Actually, that's not true. I haven't made traditional lasagna. We made like a crock pot recipe because Crispy got like an amazing crock pot for Christmas. And he was like, I love this thing. And I was like, okay, cool. Let's go find a whole bunch of different like crock pot recipes. And one of them was like crock pot lasagna, which destroys my stomach if I use the like full list of ingredients. Staring at a corner, frowning. No, don't frown at a corner. Megan Gaga. I know it's your favorite thing. You make lasagna soup. Okay. How does that work? Is that just very cheddary? Cat, like, is it very just cheddary? You've never made lasagna either. Okay. Post pews in the Discord if you're in the Discord. If not, don't post pictures and tag me. Just do that somewhere, wherever you feel comfortable, or don't. I respect the hell out of that too. I want to see your sustenance pics. I do. You heard that as this staring at a corner, brow. Has 3 kinds of cheddar. Ours did too. So what it was like, do marinara sauce. I'm gonna forget all of this. Like tomato sauce, maybe it wasn't marinara sauce. Lasagna noodles, but not like full strips. You like break it up and throw it in there. And then spinach and a ton of different like mozzarella, ricotta, cheddar, goodness. And the amount, there's like 3 whole cups of cheddar in there. It's ridiculous. So like when we ate it the first time, it was like on a Saturday. And I was like, cool, this is fine. And my stomach felt like really bad all day the next day. And I was like, why? What happened? Is it just like, what, did we have like bad meat or something? Like hamburger meat, beef, ground beef, whatever it's called. Like, is that what it was? And like we tried it again. And like it was the same deal. So we cut back on the cheddar because it's good. It's really good, but my stomach cannot handle that much grease from the dairy. It was ridiculous. I was like, no, I can't be having bad stomach right now. I have lion dance practice to go to. I need to be a lion. I can't do that. And I'm like terrified too. Yeah, we did cut back on it all. We did. It was crazy. It was crazy. We like I'm so afraid, like TBH. I hate passing gas, like period. I just don't like it. And like with the day after the lasagna, I was so afraid, pretty fucking much. I was so afraid that I was gonna like pass gas, which especially is not good when I have to go into like lion dance practice because I'm the head, which means that someone is bent over at a 90-degree angle behind me with, their hand against my back, and it's like, it would be trapped inside a giant lion. And I'm like, I'm not about to do that to someone. I was terrified. I didn't, thank God. I've never farted inside a lion. I would feel so bad. But I'm like, I hate it. I get like so embarrassed. I'm just not about that. I was like, oh please God, please let my stomach settle enough. And I was like consuming like a whole bunch of like stomach meds just to make sure that I was good. It was bad. So the lasagna was good, but it was not worth all of that. What? The sentence is wild? Me talking about the very real possibility of like what would happen inside a lion costume. Dude, like that, seriously though, seriously. The thing about the recipe you use is the heavy cream is optional and the dairy goes on top after. Okay, ours was like, here's 3 kinds of dairy that you put in, and then close towards the end, you also put like spoonfuls of, I think it was ricotta on top. So it was a lot of dairy. Oh, out of context? Yeah. So you can use as much dairy as you want. Yeah. We went from like 3 cups of dairy to, I think, we cut back half. So it was 1.5, which is still a lot of dairy. And we do have a big crock pot, but like, yeah. Out of context? Absolutely. Everything is crazy out of context, but it's still like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I'm not about that. I'm not about that. Your mom can't eat aged cheddar, so you need to make things with the cheddar added after. Okay. All right. Now I have to ask, what is the difference between aged cheddar variants, aged cheddar, and like regular? Is it just like dairy period, or what? I don't know, like the aging process. The most I know about aged cheddar is from Stardew. It ages faster than the wine in my wine cellar, and it's still like more expensive than the it still brings in a better price than the regular cheddar that I make in my my brewery in my cellar. But that's it. Okay, got it. Okay, I haven't ever really stopped to be like, what is fresh and what is aged. So that actually makes sense though. That truly does. It's just how, yeah. No, that makes sense. Like, does it come in a block or does it come kind of like squishy or whatever? Because mozzarella is kind of squishy. Ricotta is kind of squishy. Cottage is also kind of squishy. So I'm guessing those are all fresh, right? I'm learning things today. I'm distracting myself from the horrors that Herb has shown me today. I hate it. It's fine. But yeah. Okay, so she can eat soft, unaged cheddar. Got it. Okay. All right. I've learned. I still, the one cheddar that freak, it's so hard, dude. It really is. The one cheddar that I am very scared of, she gets migraines. Oh, that really is sucky. I do like cheddar too. I do. I really do. I'm glad that I'm not like lactose intolerant. And I know it's not like the best thing for you, so I definitely eat it in moderation, but like when I'm making my own tomato sauce, Parmesan is going in there. Definitely. I like having a little bit of Parmesan. Listen, I like going down the rabbit hole, Charlotte, so most of the time, this is a good rabbit hole to go down, and I like bunnies, so maybe we'll find a bunny at the end of the tunnel. Leprechaun at the end of the rainbow, or I guess it's not leprechaun, it's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Bunny at the end of the rabbit hole. I'm here for it, all right? We're enjoying this and not herp. It is a tasty rabbit hole indeed. Dairy, cheddar is possibly the best thing in existence. Yeah, truly. I like it. Hold on. Can I see it dance better on this one? Yes, I can see it better dance on like the thing. You're doing yeah, Crispy is doing it no sugar for a month, and dairy has been a godsend. It does, some of it does have good protein in it, but it's like, it in copious like quantities is not good. Chocolate rabbit, more like, yeah. No, I'm glad that I don't have any dietary restrictions that I'm aware of right now, but like, I guess my dietary restriction, dairy is good protein if you're vegetarian. Yeah. I used to, yeah. Dairy makes you fat? I'm like, fuck, I just want my dairy and bread. Why do they gotta make us fat? But no, I tried doing vegan for a while because it was like, I know it's supposed to be very good for you, and I felt great, but then it was like, my doctors were like, you are anemic, you actually need red meat, and I'm like, oh, cool, so I've you know, I have to eat red meat or I will have these iron crashes, and it's crazy, but yeah. Oh, no, yeah. It definitely is. It is. You do. Absolutely. There is good fats. Good fats is good for you. The not good processed crap, that's not good for you. But I did feel like really good whenever I was doing vegetarian. I went vegetarian for a little bit, and then I went vegan because I heard that it could be like really, really good for you. And I was like, I feel like ass. And we found out later that the reason why I was feeling like ass was because, you know, the reason for the abdominal surgery. So, like, while I was feeling good about, like, with my diet and everything, and I noticed, like, some changes in my body, I wasn't able to maintain that a lot. So, like, it's possible that if I go see a dietitian, I'll be able to, like, do vegan or vegetarian again with, like, just better, more iron-rich sustenance. But, you know, you have a vegetarian friends who are so skinny and, yeah. Yeah. Nah, it feels good. It feels good. I did notice a thing, but I'm not gonna sit here and be like, be vegetarian, be vegan, or I hate you for life. I'm like, that was just a choice that I made for myself. But again, I can't because I'm anemic. So maybe again, I want to like go talk to a dietitian because just to be healthier. You know what I'm saying? Crispy has been doing the no sugar thing, and it's been like really cool to watch him do it. I've kind of not been on top of my diet, or not like diet, but like my meals as much as I used to be, which is fine. It's not like I'm like, you know, eating handfuls of sugar and cheddar and stuff and just like filling myself with bad. But I definitely do have more sugar in my diet than I used to. And like, so watching him do it, like being on the other side, I guess, is kind of like really inspiring. And I'm like, okay, I need to get better at that. I want to cut out sugar again because I felt really, really good doing it, but it's like, I'm not looking forward to the withdrawals because there are definitely sugar withdrawals. For those of you guys that are like, that's not a thing, try it for a week, my friend. Try it for a week. A real good diet is eating kibble. For some people, I'm sure that would be an excellent diet because we're not all the same with our diets, right? You can't go without sugar completely. Yeah, I'm all for like cutting out a lot of sugar, but I also understand being like, yeah, I broke my nail. Fuck. God damn it. I got myself yesterday while pulling out like molds and shit, and I wasn't paying attention. Shit, it's cracked. Look at that. They're real. They're real. I'm not sure if you can see that. Yeah, you can. Little crack right there. Ugh, damn it. That's my fault. Damn it. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, it's not that bad. So do I like let it grow out a little bit more, or do I like, am I smart about it and like just cut off? Damn it. Fuck. Damn it. It's been easier than you thought, mainly because of, yeah. You had like, you have a whole bunch of sugar-free sauces, which they're pretty good. I've tried some of his sauces as well, but yeah, no, it sucks. I remember being like, ah, man, and then like, okay, I gotta focus on my molds and like getting shit out of it. But yeah, now I'm just like, why is it still stinging? Now that I'm sitting here not doing anything right, it's like you're totally distracted doing like everything that you need to do, and it's like, oh, cool. That's why it fucking hurts. But yeah, I'm like sitting here doing my hair. I'm like, what is which one of my nails is snagging on it? Because curly hair. My curly hair people, you know what's up. But yeah. No, I'm kind of like what I used to do when I was like peak health, right? Before everything hit the fan. It was like 6 days of like good, solid, I'm eating clean. I just ate clean and I felt really good. Like regardless, it didn't have to be vegan. It didn't have to be vegetarian. Just eating clean, like making my own meals. It was like really good. And you can get creative and like, you know, make some really cool stuff. Yummy stuff that isn't like bad for you. And it, for the most part, was sugar-free. My oatmeal has a little bit of maple syrup in it to like sweeten the oatmeal to make it more fanciful for me. But it's not like maple syrup, yes, keep piling on the maple syrup. And then Saturdays would be like my day where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go get myself a crazy ass matcha, or I'm gonna go have a cheat meal. That's kind of what I was doing. So again, felt really, really good. It's just all about taking care of yourself, right? And the matter that's like best for you, because we don't all have the same metabolism, dietary restrictions, muscular prowess. My God, the me now is so different on like what I can handle with muscles. This is barely anything to what I was at like, you know, 5 years ago before shit hit the fan. Because I was like powerful, but now I'm just like, I've been through hell and back, and I'm okay if I'm not as strong as I used to be, but working on it. We're working on it. I know I still owe Kian 50 pull-ups. I'm working on it. I am. It's slow, but again, muscle atrophy is no joke. But yeah, best of luck with your lasagna though. I really want to see pews. I really, really do. I would like to make the lasagna again, but that is definitely full of sugar, I think. Actually, now that I think about it, Crispy could eat it. The lasagna that we make, we could eat it. We might have to change out the noodles for like whole wheat because there's like a gram of sugar in it, in those noodles. Which is not a lot, but he's like cutting out sugar, which again is awesome. You could probably eat the lasagna. Why haven't we made it? Because I'm sitting here talking about dying. That's why. Okay, let's... Yeah, we do need different nudes, definitely. Which is fine. I used to, like... I used to eat, like... It was just wheat as the ingredient in, like, the swirl... I don't know what the corkscrew pasta is called right now. I'm spacing on words, but that's... I used to just eat that with my tomato sauce and olives. That was a meal for me. That was lunch for me. Because it was, like, veggies and wheat. That was it. So I don't mind, like, the whole wheat stuff. I used to be a little bit of a health nut. I've chillaxed, obviously. I love me some cake. I love me some matcha, right? We gotta have those, but... Yeah. Let's make it. Let's make it. But we're gonna go into, we're gonna go back to the courtroom, because we're dealing with a drunk guy? I guess? I don't know. I feel like I scared Herc off. He's probably preparing for war. Rotini noodles. Thank you. Herp's probably preparing for war, which is probably super smart, considering that I'm a crazy elven being that's coming for his ass here soon, so... Yeah. Alright. Turning up the stream beats. Let's do this shit! Audio good for you guys? I haven't touched anything today, so it should be fine. Continue! Yes. I space on words all the time here. Well, so much for a fun evening at home. Yeah, that really fucking sucks. The Knights came and crashed our party. I wish they'd crashed the party a little bit earlier for Layton and Luke's sake, because they ate like a whole house of bread. They were shouting all about a witch and a witch trial. Talk about coming out of left field. Truly. They arrested Espella and dragged her to the courthouse under suspicion of being one of those witches they mentioned. The Midnight Arena, that is so accurate for what we're presently marching back into. And if she's found guilty, oh, you know, they'll only throw her into a pit of fire. They're joking, right? This is definitely Phoenix. Definitely Phoenix. I love how, like, Layton's like, so this is the recap. And Phoenix is like, this shit's being fucking crazy. When did what happen? Smack! When did what happen? Hurt preparing for war? Yeah, you missed all of that. It's insane. You're in the Discord. No, you're fine. It's fine. TLDR, I'm fighting Herp. Herp is fired, and I'm sending Herp to hell. /J. And, we were talking about lasagna. And sustenance. That's about it. So, Herp's dead, and I like sustenance. Well then, we will now continue with the trial of Espella Cantabella. You're talking about Miss YouTube? Oh, yeah, listen. Some of us are gearing up for war. I'm just letting it happen, okay? Yeah, he did snitch on you, didn't he? Oh my god. At the same time, my bats are safe, so... Chelsea? What's up with that? Yeah, no, you can't! Alright? We now have, like, fucking head count at at the end of the day to make sure they all came home. I'm like, Jesus, go find your brother. Go find your sister. Go bring them back. Apparently, we're gonna have to gear up to like, yeah. All right. Oh, shit. I forgot about the head count before the stream because of Herb's fucking meme. God damn it. Yeah, who are you? His name right now is some guy. Oh boy, same, Phoenix, same. A group of witnesses huddling up before a joint testimony in a witch trial. You can't make this stuff up. Inquisitor Barnum, if I may ask you a question. No, he does not! He's presently doing sleepies on the bed. My boy would never! He would eat them himself! Yes, my lord. We now have 5 witnesses on the stand, so I must ask. Why was this obnoxious looking man left out of your initial group of witnesses? Okay. Because he's tired from doing crimes. Baldy's right, Barnum! That's just cold blood. Who the fuck are you? There is but one reason, my lord. I did not know this witness even existed. That's literally what I'm asking, dude. That's the sound effects and everything. I'm like, he's practicing for later is what's happening. That's what I'm saying! Huh? You, sir, fails to come forward. When we were asking for witnesses for this very trial, you were nowhere to be seen. Kind of like the milk. He really is practicing for later. That's because I didn't hear a peep about it. I ain't usually around at night except for maybe at Rogue's Tavern. Oh my, Rouges, sorry, Rouges. I was too busy staring at the, Bukake. So, you're basically telling us that you were up all night drinking. Anyway, it's all water under the bridge now as far as I'm concerned. Just leave the rest to yours truly. I'm gonna fight this guy. Her to you too. Smack. During the last interrogation, the defender brought forth some surprising proof. His throat do be bobbing. Again, he's practicing for later. He's even practicing the quick cleanup. Did you catch that? We all caught that. Let's be real. Let's be real. Namely, that there was a little possibility the accused could have used magic. He's like, I want to go milk a Minotaur as well. I'm just gonna do it better. I have never heard such a claim. It must be the doing of this logic. God, we are already blood pressure raised. What rubbish! Logic, you say? I ain't got a clue what that is. Oh, believe us, we can tell. But I do know that this bread bacon baker ought to head back to the bakery. Eloquently said. Oi, Cramps, give me and my partners over here a chance to speak. You want to know how this witch managed to be holding that scepter, don't ya? This game is entirely twisted. Oh, when you say Gramps, you wouldn't mean me, would you? I fail to see anyone else meeting such a description. Okay. We'll show you she's a witch. I bet Snowy's beautiful white coat on it. Do not skin your goat. Do not skin your goat or your sheep. There's nothing to shave. There's no wool to shave off of that. There's no fur to shave off of that. So you'd have to skin that, whatever it is. On guard! All right, team, let's do this! Witnesses! Yeah, same. Yes, well, let us proceed with the testimonies. This guy, why do I feel like I've totally lost control of the situation? Well, Phoenix, because we have, Sunny D. Unrelated. I love you! I bet he's held many scepter in his day. Hey, the mystery of the witch's scepter. I just want to go down to the, you know, BDSM dungeon with all of the spicy witches and the spicy minotaurs and the spicy werewolves and possibly spicy dragons and definitely spicy Phoenix, who is only wearing that apron. It's clear as day. Espella is a witch. We are not backing down on this as I eat another flower that didn't deserve that. They got witches with scepters down there. I'll handle those scepters. When she dropped the lantern, the scepter was not yet in her hands. I'm going to fight you all. I'm going to fight all the witnesses. No, no, not the bat wings, all right? Not the bat wings. The scepter must be any other wings, fine. Not mine, nor my bats. The scepter must have been hidden by the magic and care. The scepter must have been hidden by magic and carried on her. I'm going to fight all of you. I really am. The rogues grabbed her by the hand that held the lantern, so she must have had another way of holding that scepter. That's what Narwhal Bean said yesterday. That's easy. The girl just put the bucket down on the ground and picked up the witch's magic stick. I want to pick up Feeney's magic stick. So, she had the witch's scepter behind her back. Then she dropped the lantern and reached for the scepter after it fell. Or, you know what? Edgeworth's magic stick. Though, Edgeworth just totally radiates, like, gay energy. Feeney is definitely that bi energy. So, I won't do that to Edgeworth without his consent. Feeney, also I will not do without his consent. But, we can bring him around, don't worry. Do you have any bugs? I'm gonna fight you. What is your deal, dude? How fast do you want to be at like 6 feet under the ground? Bruh! You love this drunk guy. You too, Solaire! And Chelsea, possibly! Oh my god. It's exactly what you're saying, actually, Chelsea. It is the Salem Witch Trials. Pretty fucking much. Did y'all know buffalo wings are actually made of... Holy shit! Yeah. If that is the case, then it must... I'm just firing all of... You're all fired! Most of you. You know who you are! Not yet. He's got a few hours left on the clock. I'm just letting him tremble in fear. If that is the case, then it must have been possible for the accused to have used magic. This is bad. Thanks to this guy. He's just like, here, I got it. Thanks to this guy, now all the witnesses seem extra determined to pin this thing on Espella. We need to give Feeney one of those. And when you ask, Nayra, what do you mean by one of those? Did you mean a blowy or a pint? My answer to you is, why not both, my friends? Why not both? I have no problem giving him a nice relaxing blowy as he's downing a pint. Just saying. Yeah, you are on a countdown clock, let's be real. In for a pounding, Edgy's autobiography title, probably, truly. They each harbor a shared anger towards witches and magic. Such is the cause of their strong desire to see a guilty verdict passed as quickly as possible. However, such confidence is undoubtedly bound to cloud their better judgment and thinking. Also, that moron in the middle is drunk, so he's just gonna be a bitch to deal with. Yeah, I think you're right. I know, they truly are. They truly are. I'm like, we're already, like, definitely not holy and definitely horny. That's not helping at all. It's not. I don't think these guys mean any real harm, but that guy's just jerking off. That one's like, maybe do I want to watch this guy jerk off, or that guy, you know, I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. They're all riled up. They don't even realize how distorted their idea of what happened tonight has become. At least that's how it seems. You thought his autobiography was titled "Edging Respectfully: The Miles Edgeworth Story"? That, yeah. The sequel is was, what was it? Where did it go? Where did it go? In for a pounding. Actually, that's his diary. That's his diary. He's like, diary, I have no one to talk to about this because I am a little bit of a prude on the outside and can't let people know how much of a freak I am. We're gonna be titling this one "In for a Pounding" because I need to know. That's it, yeah. This isn't good, Professor. The witnesses aren't thinking straight. They're completely blind to the truth. In for a pounding, it's just the law school. Ooh, I want to read both. Smack! Sir Baker, rather, Sir, ooh, Sir, why is that so much hotter? Why is that so hot? Why is that so much hotter than Mr. Wright? Hold on, chat, can you give me like 3 minutes and I'll be right back? Sir Wright, oh my god. Yes! You do not appear to be a mere simple baker, that much is clear. He's now a knight. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. God, Sir Phoebe. Edging respectfully is the Phoebe years, pretty much. Yeah, it's definitely a cold shower. I'm definitely gonna come back wet. I mean, yeah, refreshed afterwards. On the other hand, you are no ordinary defender either. Never before has a defender managed to clash and do battle with me here on this battlefield as an equal. He's better than me, don't lie. Sir Phenol. Sir Blue Knight, this trial has not yet been decided. I'm here. I'm just totally hot for them calling him Sir Blue Knight and Sir Wright. I'm just like, goodness. He is I am some guy and he is my pint. That's all I'm saying. If there is any doubt in your interrogation, I will not hesitate to strike your case down where it stands. I understand. Defender, please begin your interrogation. Yes, Your Honor. Yeah, they do. They do. So did we go back in time? Yeah, so we got sucked into a storybook. This is true. No, he's not. He's not. It's fine. I mean, he was a baker for a little bit. And that was extremely hot. And it would have been hotter if he was only in the apron. But yeah, so apparently there's just magic in the Professor Layton world. Again, I've never played a Professor Layton game, so please excuse my unawareness. But yeah, Professor Layton and Phoenix and their sidekicks got sucked into a magic storybook. And so there's witches and literal magic, and the witches are like, they make you scorny, you know? A little bit scared, a lot of horny. It's great. It's great. It's in Labyrinthia. Labyrinth, where minotaurs are, and the witches are also there too. And the werewolves that steal shit. Yeah. Hey, Sir Phenol at Baker, that rolling thing. I know! You should have seen when he was like pounding dough, and it was just like, it's fine. It's clear as day, Espella is a witch. We are not backing down on this. Yeah, we got that. Yeah, you do have something I can hold, and I will definitely hold it for you. Not backing down, you say? Uh-huh, that's right! Espella is a witch! That's our story, and we're sticking to it! This is a courtroom, Miss Kira. We're not interested in your story. We're interested in the truth. You tell her. You tell her, Sir Wright. You know what I think? Probably nothing in that empty head of yours. I think stories have the power to touch our lives in really meaningful ways. What do you mean? Last year, I read a book about a flower girl who brought peace to the world with all the pretty flowers she sold. Yeah, that was the story of Aerith, and you're not her, so fuck right off! Because of that story, now I tell myself, Kira, one day you'll fill the world with beautiful flowers of your own. Uh-huh. Oh no, it's definitely the 13.5 inches for sure. It's already erect. It is rock hard. It's rock hard. So hard. That story inspires me to sell more flowers. It's pretty much the same as this trial. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Because Sir Wright is mine. What a very touching story. Everyone stay on fucking track! Indeed, I've heard Nayra no, stay on track! Stay on track! Wouldn't you agree, Sir Blue Knight? Sir Blue Knight is gonna get out of this courtroom? Ugh. Must be cramped under the desk there. Literally, it's so hard. It's so hard. One being, like, you know, trapped underneath the desk, and then also it. So, you know, we do need to be locked up, absolutely. Maybe it's just me, but I'd have preferred something a little more relevant. Sir Blue Balls. God! At me. I'm afraid our logic may do us no good here. Let's move on to the next witness, shall we? Yeah, we do want to move on, because after this, Feeny and I are heading into like an open dungeon cell. I'm gonna be on my knees, tits out, mouth open. When she dropped the lantern, the scepter was not yet in her hands. Feeny's scepter was in mine. Or my mouth. Why not both? No matter how many times we ask, you still say you didn't see the scepter, huh, Gramps? Yeah. He's ready to receive some balls. Or some titties. Let's be real. Aren't we all? Aren't we all? I ask you, young... Alright, he's using our words. I ask you, youngling, were you paying attention to this trial? How old are you, sir? Just out of curiosity. Are you also 327? Yes? Well then, I'm juggling balls now. Magic made the scepter invisible, did it not? And now I'm, you know, going for that job. Thus, my old age clouding up my vision has nothing to do with anything. Fucked right off. The scepter actually vanished. No, what I'm saying is, if it really was invisible, you wouldn't be able to actually prove it. Not so, young one. We can prove it. The girl is a witch. There is your proof. You should have gone to Bible study this week. Dude, I was at Bible study, church, and Sunday school every goddamn day of my life in my youngling years here on the human world. And yet, we're still all here, aren't we? Again, we're just being honest with ourselves now. And I'm happy. I'm happy about that. You know, we're content. So my old age clouding up my memories has nothing to do with anything. Apparently, my old age is what makes me horny and it's clouding up my better judgment. According to this guy. The scepter magically vanished, you see? Okay, we get it. When the lantern fell, you claimed the scepter was still not in her hand yet, so that means the scepter must have been hidden by magic and carried on her back. Or the theory that Narwhal Bean came up with.
Hold it!
The witch's scepter was behind her back. Or Narwhal Bean's theory. He must be big horny because... I mean, I guess so. I don't know. I feel like I'm aging a little bit more gracefully than he, and I am also horny as fuck, so can't attest to that. The witch's scepter was behind her back? Well, it's like my little snowflake here. Whenever my darling gets too heavy, I hoist him up and carry him on my back. You mean your baby goat, right? Yeah, when, if Feeny gets too heavy, you know, we do back shots. That it's tracking. It's tracking. I can see it. You look great for almost 300. Thank you. Oh my gosh, Chelsea. 5 shiny blue stars. I'll add them when we have a break. Yes, there's an cuter goat. That doesn't mean you can eat my bats. Just so we're clear. All right. Yes, there's an cuter little goat in this entire courtroom, right, Precious? Yeah. Okay. All right. I know it's been asked already, but you didn't see the witch's scepter, did you? Well, no, but it must have been made invisible by magic and then put on her back. You know, Snowy is still such a tiny little thing. If I put him on my back, you can hardly see him. Feeny's not so tiny, so the back shots are just obvious. I hardly see the point of that comment. Mine or hers? I think mine's very relevant to the situation. So the accused grabbed the witch's scepter after the lantern fell? Listen, dude, I don't even fucking know. That's all of them. The rogues grabbed her by the hand that held the lantern, so she must have had another way of holding that scepter.
Hold it!
Are you alright? What's why? Why? Well, for one thing, you're hiding behind what I assume is a shield. Well played, Blue Knight. You managed to see through my steel guard technique. Your steel what technique? You tried. You tried to penetrate the depths of my mind and deceive me once with your witchcraft of words. I mean, he can penetrate me any day. But you will find your words are futile against the strength of my shield, crafted from wood harder than steel. That is my dick right now, yes. Wood harder than steel. Now then, have at you! Attack me if you dare! No, 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 just listen a second! Looking at this sketch, it's quite clear the accused could not have held the scepter in the same hand carrying the lantern. My God. Witness, explain the court just how the accused held the scepter. That's what I'm saying. He can penetrate my depths any day. Oh my God. That's easy. The girl just put the bucket down on the ground and picked up the witch's magic stick.
Hold it!
She put the milk bucket down. That's right! Reckon if she did that, she'd have no problem holding that thing.
Objection!
But none of the other witnesses have said anything about her seeing her put the bucket on the ground. But no one said a thing about not seeing her put the bucket down either, right? Shit. Question! Yeah. Excuse me, Miss Kira? Huh? Yes. What is it? Tell me, what do you think of this witness's testimony just now? The accused placed the bucket on the ground. No one has said anything about this until now. Why, you're right. How odd. Don't want to take other things out. Definitely don't want to take it out. Everyone must have simply forgotten, myself included. Fuck right off. Huh? But, yeah, Espella definitely did put that milk bucket down. Everyone's scepters do be out of tension. No one, not a single soul. Women on the internet. I am so rock hard right now. Oh, 13.5 very real inches. That way she was, that was why she was able to easily grab her scepter and use magic. Easy peasy, right? The nerve, Nick. It looks like she's trying to peg Espella. Oh, goodness. She's trying to peg Espella as a witch every chance she gets. No, absolutely not, and I'm here for it. Really, I don't know how much more of this testimony I can stand. I will stand at attention for you all day, Phoenix. Yeah, okay, we're not backing down on this. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, no. No, we need to do it again. Oh, we needed to press. Sorry, excuse me. We needed to press. We think there's no way this disappearing scepter explains what actually happens. Your disappearing scepter can easily be explained by yours truly. Which, I mean, no one saw anything. How can anyone prove it was there? Oh my God. That's amazing. There's a BuzzFeed quiz? We have to see how accurate it is. Because we know that I have 13.5, right? And if it doesn't get it, like, on, then it's completely and totally wrong. We'll have to, like... Because if it says that I only have, like, 8, right? We know we need to tack on 5.5 more to what you got. And then we know. Unless you don't want to share that, which I expect. I respect. I respect that. The goat has custody of the brain cell pretty fucking much. This is really starting to get annoying. They can talk all they want about an invisible scepter, but no way is anything slipping under my radar. You can... And anyways, I do believe that is correct, Mr. Wright. I've got to tone it down. I know I do. Somehow, we must find a clue that can lead us to another opening. I have a clue for Phoenix. That's the opening. That's your opening right there. That's your clue. Yeah, you're right. And I think Mr. Personality over there may be the key to doing just that. That's amazing. I love that. I'm sure I could Google, like, BuzzFeed, like,
Hold it!
inches quiz, and my algorithm would be like, we already found it. We were waiting for you to pull it up, so, you know. She put the milk bucket down. That's right. Reckon if she did that, she'd have no problem holding that
Objection.
thing. You slammed that desk, Phoenix. But none of the other witnesses have said anything about putting the bucket on the ground. No one said anything about not seeing it right. Nope. Off. Go.
Hang on!
Excuse me, Mr. Knightley. Tell me, what do you think about this witness's testimony just now? He claims the accused placed the bucket on the ground. No one has said anything about this until now. I am reminded of but one thing, sir. A battle tactic important to a knight. Imagine, in one hand you hold your sword, and in the other your shield. That's a euphemism for the condom. Always remember to practice safe sex. When suddenly from the shadows an itch of epic proportions takes to your back. Backshots confirmed. What doth one do? Indeed, what can one do? Well, let me tell you. One must drop one's sword and fell that unholy itch with a well-timed scratch to one's back. Right. A crafty witch would surely use the same tactic, would she not? I call it my signature back scratch attack of great justice. Right. By the way, be wary when using that tactic in battle. I find my opponents rarely give me ample time to remove my armor and scratch. Same. Thank you for that, Mr. Knightley. No further questions. Mr. Knightley sure takes the whole knight thing super seriously, huh? Sheesh. I guess it's back to the drawing board. Oh my god. Alright. I'm gonna eat a flower. Okay, yeah.
Hold it! Objection!
Alright. No one said that. Let me move it.
What?
Let me move it. Jesus, everyone has something to say on this.
Hang on!
You can hang on to these titties, Phoenix, don't worry. Excuse me, Mr. Wordsmith! What is it, oh boisterous blue? Oh my god. Hang on a sec, hang on a sec. Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good. Sorry! Okay. Tell me, what do you make of this witness's testimony just now? Got it, nailed the first try. You stated that the defendant put the bucket on the ground. The other witnesses never mentioned that. Let me tell you something, young man. Long have I lived and prospered. In that time, I have forgotten much. Dreams, aspirations, even love. But I have not forgotten the horny. I simply forgot about that milk bucket. Like one would forget about a single drop of water within the bucket. That is life. Thank you for that, Mr. Wordsmith. No further questions. I still don't understand a single word that comes out of his mouth, Nick. Yeah, guess it's back to the drawing board. Christ on a stick. Press. She put the milk bucket down. Oh my god. She had to use both hands for milking the Minotaur. Just like we have to use both hands to milk Phoenix. Also think about not seeing her put the bucket down either, right? God! There we go.
Hang on!
Excuse me, Miss Mary. Huh? You mean Snowy me? No, literally just you. I didn't add Snowy to that, but I guess I should start doing that. Tell me, what do you think of the witness's testimony just now? Blah, blah. That must be how it happens. The girl probably placed the milk bucket on the ground, yes.
Objection!
Miss Mary, you did not mention anything to that effect in your previous testimony. And yet, you clearly stated that the one thing you were specifically focused on more than anything else was the milk bucket. Ugh. Pound harder, Phoenix, pound harder. Ergo, you should be able to confirm to the court whether or not the bucket really was placed on the ground.
Objection!
No, he's not wrong, you idiot. One's memory is not flawless, Sir Blue Knight. She was still focused on the milk bucket, dude. She still was. Pay attention to what the witness was saying. The accused probably placed the milk bucket on the probably does not cut it in the court of law. Just saying. Just saying. My dick is not probably 13.5 inches. It is 13.5 inches. There is the possibility such was the case. Yes, that's right. Isn't it my little cuddle pumpkin? Blah, blah, blah. Yep. Shut up, Snowy. I knew it. There's something fishy about her testimony, but indeed, it would seem we require a decisive piece of evidence. If we are to expose the contradictions in these witnesses' testimonies, yeah, I just have to think of what that could be. Shit. Okay. Okay. So, can we present something here? Because I wasn't paying attention to that part. I was admittedly thinking a little bit too much about Phoenix's ass, but it's fine.
Objection!
Okay.
Hang
Question. No, okay, so it can't present. Tell me. Place the bucket on the ground. No one has said anything about this until now. That must be how it happened. The girl probably placed the milk bucket on the ground. Yes. I mean, my whole thought process right now was that she didn't place anything. The lantern got knocked from her hand. Why, like, it would have been knocked to the ground as well. You know?
Objection!
You did not mention anything to that effect in your previous testimony. And yet, you clearly stated that the one thing you were specifically focused on more than anything else was the milk bucket. You should be able to confirm to the court whether or not the bucket really was placed on the ground.
Objection!
You could also be like, there's no mud on the bottom of this milk bucket. I don't know. I don't know. Probably. I present something against her testimony, not some guys, literally. Decisive piece of evidence. I mean, I feel like it would either be like this one, more thirsting over Phoenix, but that's nothing new. We're trying to figure out what decisive piece of evidence to use, and I want to say that it's like the lantern. Same old, same old. Yeah, pretty fucking much. Pretty fucking much. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. There's nothing to contradict there, just like, blah. She dropped the lantern, the scepter was not yet in her hands. Okay, there's nothing really to contradict there. Scepter must have been hidden by magic and carried on her back. I don't have any concrete evidence to... The rogues grabbed her by the hand that held the lantern, so she must have had another way of holding that scepter. Totally detached from reality. Hi, that's me. Okay. Hey, how's it going? You remember that theory that you spun yesterday about, like, why the lantern was muddy? That very well could be a thing, only with the scepter. They're now saying that she still had it strapped somewhere on her body. And I'm just like, damn, narwhal bean caught it. Holy shit. Yeah, I know. Truly. So now, I don't want to use a hint coin, but we might. I feel bad about using hints on this because it's like, we never used hints before. And like, we did use one hint coin, but it was only to be like, yeah, no, it was the other hands. You would have gotten it if you just clicked it. And I'm like, cool. Okay, awesome. The girl just put the bucket down on the ground and picked up the witch's magic stick. Not Feeney's magic stick, the witch's magic stick. So... where do I find witches with magic sticks? In the underground labyrinth. With all the other witches and minotaurs and werewolves. Possibly dragons. Still unclear on that. And Feeney and I. Obviously, Lumia. Oh my god. We're still trying to break in. We're still trying to break in. Or get an invite. Either one. Either one works. Well, in the midst of all the chaos, they won't realize if we've gotten an invite or not. It's fine. Is there, how do I load file? How does load file? How does save scum? That's fine. We're gonna present the bucket of milk. Yes, milk that we did not.
Objection!
Which was right. I'm afraid what really happened is not quite so simple. What? What you talking about? I'm talking about get the fuck out of here! Who the fuck are you? It had only stopped, blah, 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 blah. It had only just stopped raining moments before the crime took place. As a result, the ground was very muddy. See, my line of thought was correct. One of them anyways. One of them. The horniness, also correct, but you know, still, you join the Discord. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Charlotte. I hope it's super yummy. I'm sure it's gonna be delicious. If Miss Cantabella really placed this bucket on the ground like you claimed she did, what did I say, chat? What did I say? Then it should be caked with mud, just like the lantern was after it fell. Get him, Phoenix. Well, I say that clears up your muddy testimony, wouldn't you? Get him, Phoenix. Get him, Phoenix. Well, hey, Barnum! What? You just gonna sit there looking pretty? I mean, Phoenix is doing a better job at it, and he's also, you know, putting out too. So come on, give me a hand here. No, you, no. Flattery will get you nowhere, Witness. You hear that? You hear that, Chelsea? Flattery ain't gonna get you my bats. All right, no bat soup for you, other than perhaps to the dungeon. Oh wait, excuse me, Barnum. I think you are so studly and absolutely would hit that. Yep, here, take me to the dungeon. Oh, Phoenix wants to come along. Yeah, he says you're hot too. Take us to the dungeon now. I brought my own handcuffs and they actually do shit, okay? They're not just the flimsy cheap ones. Here, just take them. Lock us up. At any rate. But there is but one question we ought to ask. Why is there no mud on that bucket? To the witness with the goats, may I ask you a question? I have several questions for her, but I'm not sure I want the answers to it. Huh? Are you talking to us? Indeed. You admitted to the court that you returned home with the milk bucket. Illegally, I must add. You thief! Oh my, such harsh words, Inquisitor. When you took the bucket home... You must have simply wiped the mud from the bucket, is that correct? Go home, Barnaby! You too, Mary. God damn it, Mary. Don't do this, Mary. You know, now that you mention it... No, wait. Don't tell me. That milk bucket... Oh, that's right. I remember now. I don't know if it was that, if it... Blah, 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 blah. I don't know if what was on the bucket was mud exactly, but it certainly was dirty. Oh my god, Narwhal Bean. Oh my god. Man's got it. You got it. Before taking it inside with me, I remember wiping it clean with an old rag. I know, it really is an Edgeworth-ass argument. Updated autopsy report! Phoenix. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Exceptional work, Inquisitor Barnum. Right, it all makes perfect sense. See, we were right all along, weren't we, Inquisitor Barnum? I knew that sword weren't just for show, Barnum. You sliced his argument in two.
Objection.
Yeah, fuck off. Witness. Miss Mary. What is it? You're absolutely sure there was mud stuck to this milk bucket? Oh my. Well, truth be told, I don't remember whether it was mud exactly. But I do remember cleaning the bucket off when I got home. Bring us the rag. Bring us the rag. Bring us the rag right now. Something tells me the storybook was for children. We are all children in the eyes of the golden goddesses. Now, the golden goddesses may be looking down upon certain elves and, you know, being like, wow, she really is named after you, isn't she? And the one that, you know, the said namesake is like, yeah, she really is, but, you know, I guess Hordy could fall in line with the love, and I am the goddess of love, and I'm like, see? And they're like, shut up. Shut up. And I'm like, but it's fine. Ugh, says Phoenix. Smack! It would seem the defense has failed to disprove the witness's claims. Of that, we can be certain. Bring us the rag. Ha ha! That'll teach ya, Bluey! You got that right! Do me a favor, will you, Gramps? I want to change my testimony just a tiny bit. What? I will allow it only if the witness refrains from name-calling in the future. Yeah, we call him Sir Wright or Sir Blue Knight, which is incredibly steamy, but it's fine. It's fine. It's doing everything for me. Anyways, he's not wrong, Crispy. He's not wrong. You got it, my lord. Yeah, that's true. We did watch it. I thought you were like, I watched a woman get burned alive, and I was like, oh my god. Before this case, we did in fact, yeah, that did in fact happen. That did. All this court mumbo jumbo has left me thirstier than a dog in a desert. Some guy, I need you to quit reenacting what Phoenix and I are going to be doing later on this evening. You know what? At least he swallowed that is accurate. That was the witch there was holding the stick. I even heard her say the incantation thingy. That's right, I witnessed it all.
Hold it!
But no one knows for sure if Miss Cantabella drops that milk bucket on the ground. Because there's no mud on it. Is that what you're saying? Hey, we went over this already. We know the goat lady wiped off all the mud.
Objection!
However, Miss Mary doesn't clearly remember whether or not it was mud that was stuck on the bucket. We really don't remember, but maybe. Mary? I guess maybe there was mud on it? I mean, she couldn't hold the scepter without putting the bucket on the ground. And she definitely was holding a scepter, which we couldn't see, but we saw with our own eyes, even though it was invisible. Miss Mary, please give a definitive answer. You all done, Bluey? Talk all you want, because it ain't gonna help. You see? The 5 of us, we saw that witch. What that witch went and did. We saw it clear as day. Where are we dragging this to? Yeah, what's going on with you? He's like, I am now a spinning top.
Hang on!
To this dick! Anyways, excuse me, mister. Earth to Gramps. Defender, when you say Gramps, might you by any chance be referring to me? No, of course not, Your Honor. This dip fuck! Mr. Wordsmith, are you listening? I heard you quite clearly the first time, young man. These ears hear all, the crackling of the fire, the whispering of the crowd, and now your voice. Hopefully not the elven brain cell inside your head, because she's screaming like crazy. If that's the case, then allow me to ask you a question. You were clearly deep in thought just now. Do you have something to say about this man's testimony? Indeed so. I felt something was amiss. However, what that means, I cannot say. Amiss means it's not there, gone, misplaced. Amiss? Witness, could you tell us what precisely was amiss with this third-rate testimony from this third-rate witness? On a burn, Barnum. 5 heads are better than 1. 10 eyeballs are better than 2. As I listened to this man's testimony, I could not help but become aware of something most odd. Tonight, when the crime occurred, we all made haste to that terrible scene. The delicious scent of mid-evening dinner permeated through the air. The shadows of those present cast through the dim light. Cannibal confirms. Scent of mid-evening dinner? I would say that the scent of charred bodies permeated through the air. But he calls it mid-evening dinner. He's a cannibal. And yet, there were but 4 figures standing in that vicinity, myself included. Gasp! 4. Hold on a second. You're saying that there were only 4 witnesses at the crime scene tonight? These eyes may be old, but they know what they saw. Is something the matter, Miss Mary? No, it's just that Snowy and I are trying to remember what happened at the time. I remember the flames erupting into the air. That's when Snowy and I made our mad dash to save the precious milk. And when those 2 ruffians were set ablaze, the flame filled the area with light. In that sudden flash of light, we could see that there were other people around besides ourselves. And that's when I saw them, the other people that scrambled to the scene along with us. I'm quite sure of it. There were only 4 of us there that at the scene of the crime. I'm going to throw my mouse at this drunkard if he really is just kind of like, I came here for the party.
Objection!
Hold it, madam. What in blazes is going on? We have 5 witnesses on the stand, all claiming to have witnessed tonight's events firsthand. That means we have 1 witness too many. Good job, you can math. Don't be stupid! Oi! You lot better stop speaking out of turn! All for one and one for all, remember? We all promised to take this witch down together, didn't we? It's not quite that simple. We saw what we saw. Well, I say it's all about the numbers, and I counted. I counted, you say? I'll have you know my counting is flawless. On nights when sleep eludes me, I can count sheep from moonrise to sunrise. Stop doing that motion with your hand, please, for the love of God. 4 witnesses, 5 witnesses, what difference does it make? Things all started getting muddled when you showed up. What the? You saying it's my fault? I was there, you fool! Didn't I just finish saying that? My testimony is strong as steel, even if it's not completely stainless. He really is jorking it. Order, order! I said order! Well, what is going on here? Do you claim the number of witnesses does not add up? Victor Kudo, drunkard, Google it. Listen, I do still prefer this guy over Victor Kudo. I have never paid witness to such an outrageous conflict. You must have never played Phoenix Wright before. There's but one answer to this puzzle. A single possibility. Yeah, listen to the man with the top hat, because apparently the horny brain cells are just making Phoenix a little bit less credible, which I'm sorry, Phoenix, that's on us. That's on us, but we're your brain cells, so we're just speaking your truth as well. Well, what do you mean? God. Everyone does really listen to Layton. Everyone's like, fuck this Blue Knight guy. Without a doubt, magic must have been used at the scene of the crime. Furthermore, it would indeed appear that there were only 4 witnesses present at the scene. And yet, currently, we are faced with 5 witnesses testifying to the courts. That certainly is quite a fatal contradiction, with only one possible answer. Would you not agree, Mr. Wright? The answer, it can't be. Well, out with the supposed answer, Sir Blue Knight! What is your explanation for the current number of witnesses? Oh, God. One of them is the witch. Well, it might seem far-fetched, the reality is actually rather simple. The real witch and the real murderer in this case is actually one of these 5 witnesses. What? Place your bets, who did it? Unless you played this game. You're telling us that the witch is amongst this group of witnesses? What utter rubbish! There's no possible way that such a claim could be true. That's right! You got a lot of nerve accusing one of us of being a witch! Witches among us? Indeed. We have told you nothing but the truth, yet you still have the gall to bat around such an outrageous accusation! Behold. Behold as my trusty shield deflects your petty words like the petty words that they are! Visitor Barnum? Yes, my lord. I would like to see a sketch of the crime scene at the time of the incident. Do you have one in your possession? Yes, certainly, my lord. I have one here. I requested it from the court illustrator just in case. Very well, witnesses. I would like each of you to mark your location at the time of the murder. Here on this crime scene sketch. Quickly now! The number of witnesses doesn't add up. It looks like we're getting somewhere now, but we haven't even scratched the surface of this case yet. And it's all thanks to that top hat wearing gentleman. The court accepts this crime scene sketch into evidence. Area map added to the court record. A sketch of the scene at the time of the crime. Holy shit. Touch details to see more. Court record. Here we go, kids. Well, I mean, just judging from this map, if we're using literally the map alone, because this is just a fucking dumpster fire of a case, I would say it's either her or her. Because these people can all see each other clearly. These three. This guy, she would be not seen behind this man. She could possibly not be seen behind the fence. So it's either her or her. If we're just using that and that alone. If one of the witnesses is the witch, that could only mean one thing. Somebody here isn't telling the truth. That would indeed appear to be the case, Mr. Wright. You also vote drunkie? It's the epic Jeep! Listen well, Sir Blue Knight. The path you tread now is a dangerous one. Oh god. Claiming that a witch is among these most honorable witnesses. Are they honorable, though? Is a serious accusation. Should it prove to be a false one, you will find yourself at the other end of my sword. Do I make myself clear? No, I'm gonna be at the other end of Phoenix's sword. Huh? But that wasn't so much my suggestion. I mean, the gentleman here with the lovely top hat was the one who urged me to say it. Phoenix, spine up, come on. Is this it is the same thing, Sir Blue Knight. If Drunky isn't the witch, can we punish him anyways? Truly. Indeed, it is the same thing, Sir Baker. It is the same thing, Mr. Wright! Oh boy. You did say it, Phoenix. Now, ready your sword! Dude, my sword's been ready all night. It's been ready all night. First it was a rage boner, and then it just went into a regular horny boner. You know what I'm saying? I guess Maya could count. Ready? Were you listening? You claim the witch is not the accused and that someone else at the crime scene was the true culprit. If what you say is true, then surely you can tell the court exactly where this person was at the time of the crime, can you not? So, my other thing here too, and I hate to be like, it's Mary. It also could be Mary because she has to vault over a fucking fence. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Layton's like, nah man, you ended up saying it, so you agreed enough with what I was saying. You still said it. I also believe that it could be Mary, because she got to get over the fence to get the milk bucket, and she never said anything about jumping over a fence. That's also my thing. It is possible. Come now, Sir Blue Knights. Only you can enlighten us as to who this real witch actually is. Smack! Sir Doughy Defender. Oh, hold on. We were Sir Wright just a second ago, and that made me sweaty with horny. Show us where the witch was at the exact moment the murder took place. Oh, a duck.
Got it.
The real witch was probably this person right here, I think. Probably this person, I think. You're so bad at this defender stuff, it makes me want to drink. If I may, Mr. Wright, remember that if one of these witnesses is indeed the witch, then there is a high possibility that particular witness is not telling the truth. Do bear that in mind. So the witch must be lying, huh? If that's the case, it must mean a certain person wasn't where they claimed they were. That's when the witch must have cast Ignace, right? Take a look in the Grand Grimoire. We're about to find something in there. I guess that's actually right. Even if the witness is lying up a storm, whatever is inside this Grand Grimoire has to be the truth, right? It did say within a meter. I forgot about that. I forgot about that. Within a 1 meter radius of the caster. Requires an incantation and scepter to cast. I mean... That still could have worked, though? That still could have worked. But it could have also been these two jackasses. But it also could have been her. Sorry, I've got too much horny activity going right now. Smack. Okay. Sir, doughy defender, do not waste the court's time with... Okay. Ugh, darn it. I don't actually know. I don't actually know. Chat, who is it? I originally thought Mary because it's like, you know, nothing was ever said about that fence, but I guess the fence was just the red herring, right? I don't want to use a hit coin because we're better than this. Wait, what? You do. I'm a summoner, not a witch. Yeah, I know it's not, but like, it's happened in the past where it was like, show us where so-and-so was standing and you have to click on like, that's supposed to be like, you're saying that that's where the killer was standing. That means that he's the killer. We've seen that with the red-white case. Yeah, pretty much. Fuck it. Okay, I guess so.
Got it.
A witch must have been standing here.
Objection.
What is the meaning of this? Unfortunately for you, that spot has absolutely nothing to do with any of these witnesses.
Objection.
Because, yeah, meaning that it may not be somewhere is standing in the sketch, but somewhere, rather they must have it. Yeah, again, the red-white case, that's what I was thinking of when it happens. Inquisitor Barnum, I suggest you try taking a look at this. But I guess right now it's just pointing out that someone here is lying. I guess that's what we're doing right now. The Grand Grimoire. According to this tome, Ignace summons a circle of flame within a 1 meter radius of the caster. In other words, the witch had to have been within 1 meter of the flame when casting the spell. Okay, that's fair.
Objection.
We're just proving that someone's lying. Of course, you needn't say any more, Sir Blue Knights. First off, notice that there is no one else in that area other than the accused. It should also be quite obvious from the sketch that there is clearly nowhere for anyone to hide.
Objection.
I mean, true, there aren't any hiding spots. However, there is one other possibility if a witch wanted to stay hidden from sight. He's like, I gotta outdo his... Yeah, I know I was, but yeah. Most intriguing, since you seem to love showing evidence, prove it. Now it's the fucking evidence shit. Now it's the fucking evidence shit. We just, again, we got ahead of ourselves. again, as we do. It wasn't really getting ahead. I feel like, whatever. Some of these things, it's like obvious that you, like the dots are connected here. How is the witch able to hide in plain sight? Okay.
Take that!
Okay, so we are literally having to baby step this. Again, as we do, sometimes. This Telea Magica contains 2 magic gems. Good God. Ignaze and 1 other spell. That's right, the spell Demir. Not the smell Depeer, the spell Demir. Your Nayrism of the day. Demir. Ah! It cannot be! That's right. There was most certainly a witch present at the crime scene, only they were completely invisible. All thanks to the magic spell Demir. What foolishness is this? Smack, smack, smack! Order! Order in the court! Defender, what are you getting at? I thought the witch used Demir to make the Telea Magica disappear. Yeah, none of you guys were thinking outside the box. You were like inside a box within a box. Just like in Project Hail Mary. Box in a box.
Objection.
According to the Grand Grimoire, under the entry for Demir, he causes anything the caster touches to vanish from sight. In other words, suppose the witch were holding the staff in one hand while touching part of their body with the other. They would be able to make themselves disappear. Are you implying that this is the reason for the conflicting number of witnesses? Even Layton's like, hell yeah, I want to smack this desk, and I love it. Indeed it is, which means, witnesses, someone amongst you is not disclosing the entire truth, and that person is the witch we seek. I believe this is the most probable scenario. It's coming from that top hat guy, which means that it's totally real now. Smack! Honorable witnesses, you will testify to the court one final time. It's never one final time, Your Honor. Don't you know this? Tell us exactly what you saw and what you did not see at the scene of the crime. How absurdly absurd! The purpose of this trial is to convict that girl of the crime, is it not? That's right! We are not witches! I swear to God, if it is Mary, I'm gonna be a little bit pissed. Witnesses, I ask that you listen. There is a witch mingling among you. That's right. I'm afraid you are all no longer brothers in arms. The true opponent here is within your own group. The real witch is one of these 5 witnesses, huh? Fine by me. Time to put an end to this trial. Phoenix is like, I'm fucking all in. What we saw and what we didn't see. Excuse me, you wish to know where we were all standing tonight? It matters not! Would the flames not burn just the same? That flame, I never saw anything like it. It quite literally left me speechless. I couldn't even so much as scream. I heard the tiniest cry, and then when I turned around, the blighters were roasting, so I rushed right over. I heard the incantation, then the flames suddenly erupted. I'm certain of it. I only saw 3 people there with us. As I said, there were only 3 others present, like that man there who was stumbling around like a newborn calf. Okay. A most heinous act indeed. No small wonder these witnesses were so confused. Are so confused. A wish amongst the witnesses. What an utterly baseless claim. I don't think so, Barnum. The only baseless claim in this case is of Espella being a witch. It's more than a little likely one of these witnesses is the culprit. These testimonies are bound to tell me who the real witch is. And I think drunkard guy had the keys there. Cross-examination! What we saw and what we didn't see. You wish to know where we were all standing tonight? It matters not! Would the flames not burn just the same?
Hold it!
In other words, you're not sure exactly what happened tonight, is that right? Defender, I fought with burning vigor this night. Do not belittle my efforts. Right. A knight does not just run away at the mere sight of a fire. Ha! No one even said anything about running away. If I may be perfectly straight with you, the pillar of fire illuminated the area as it rose high into the air. There by the fire was the witch, and excluding the 2 unfortunate knaves, I counted 3 others at the scene. Okay.
Hang on!
Excuse me, Miss Kira? Ah! What do you want? You looked like you had something to say about the testimony just now. Well, it was about the number of people at the crime scene. Have you ever played the Daisy Pedal game? We've been playing it almost every time you talked last stream. Let's be real. The Daisy Pedal game? 1 witness, 2 witnesses, 3 witnesses, 4 witnesses, 5 witnesses, 6 witnesses. What an adorable game. It seems like something out of a fairy tale. The hellhole that we're presently in. Seriously, Your Honor? Yeah, no, just, come on, right on track here. Anyway, you may continue your testimony, witness. That was no help at all. The flame, I never saw anything like it. It quite literally left me speechless. I couldn't even so much as scream.
Hold it!
It must have been pretty terrifying, huh? Yes, it's the kind of thing you only read about in books. The moment that pillar of fire erupted, I could feel my throat tightening up. It was so difficult to breathe, I couldn't even manage so much as a scream. Quite. After all, the flames engulfed the scene in the blink of an eye. Yes, I'm sorry. That's why I can't really remember. So you can't remember the number of people at the crime scene. Naturally, that is understandable, witness. That's also why I was a little late getting to the scene compared to the others. Aha. I heard the tiniest cry, and then when I turned around, the blighters were roasted, so I rushed right over. And if, you know, we're looking at the area map, he would have said, oh, yeah, I was looking at so-and-so, and then I turned around, and they were roasting. He would have seen her. Press.
Hold it!
The tiniest cry. It might have been something. It might have been someone saying the incantation for that spell. My memory is kind of hazy on that one. Scared me good though. Never jumped up to me feet as fast, so fast in all me life. Jesus H. Nearly had a heart attack, I tell ya. Jumped up. That's right. It was still raining cats and dogs, so being the resourceful chap that I am, I decided to doze under a tree for a bit.
Hang on!
Is everything all right, Mr. Wordsmith? What is it that you want this time, young one? I just wanted to know if you had any thoughts on the testimony just now. Ah, yes. Thoughts about slumbering under trees, you mean? Slumbering? I often find myself weaving the most intricate of dreams under that very tree. Of course, I could not nap tonight. Not with that uncouth man usurping my special dreaming spot, could I? Cool. So, he was there. Are you using this cross-examination to argue over a napping spot? Let us hope such arguments do not lead to any criminal acts in the future. Witness, please continue your testimony. So he was there. I heard the incantation, then the flames suddenly erupted. I'm certain of it. I only saw 3 people there with us.
Hold it!
Are you absolutely certain? Well, I believe so. But then when you think about it, can anyone really be absolutely certain of anything? Madam, I know that I am absolutely rock hard for my husbandos. I am absolutely certain of that. Certain of that. And I'm rock hard for Phoenix. It worries me that you're saying that in the middle of a cross-examination. I believe the witness means that there is no way she can be certain whether there were four witnesses or 5 at the crime scene. We got that, Barnaby. We got that. Anyhow, there was a matter of great importance that Snowy and I had to tend to. Ah, you must mean... That's right, the milk! If any soot had got into that milk, it would end in tragedy to... It would be the tragedy to end all tragedy. Shut up!
Hang on!
Could I stop you there, mister? Mister! Ah! Whoa, tone down the volume, Bluey. That's my line. I know, seriously, that sheep is horrible. Goat. Excuse me, goat. Does anything come to mind regarding Miss Mary's testimony? Nope, not really. Nothing important anyways. Tell us anyways what you don't think is important. Just that I think this old lady is full of it. Huh? I'm talking about the milk, man! The milk! You'll know the second you try the stuff. It ain't nothing to write home about, let me tell you. What are you saying, you dolt? Who on earth would let you drink anything as delicious as the milk from my farm? A ruffian like you is better served by whatever unthinkable liquid is in that never-ending mug of yours. Bah! Oh, that's not her. That's Snowy. Bah! Anyway. Are you guys using this cross-examination to argue over milk? Let us hope such arguments do not lead to any criminal acts in the future. He learned that from Godot, or Godot learned that from him, let's be real. Witness, please continue your testimony. Also, hello. As I said, there were only 3 others present, like that man there who was stumbling around like a newborn calf.
Hold it!
So, including yourself, there were a total of 4 witnesses at the crime scene, correct? That is how it has come to pass. By the way, what do you mean by stumbling around like a newborn calf? Ah, yes. That was a man as inebriated as he was loud. Quite the humorous sight it was, I dare say. Must mean the witness permanently glued to his cup of whatever it is he's drinking. When I saw the flames rise up into the sky, I wondered to myself, my word, whatever could that be? However, I could not simply walk over to check. My knees were a bit weak from shock, you see. That's when the wobbly-legged gentleman came running over. Yeah, what? Was he asleep underneath the tree, or was he wobbling over?
Hang on!
Is something the matter, mister? God, the euphemism for, like, the mug/alcohol being Phoenix and me being some guy just keeps getting better and better as we go. It just, this is how it's gonna be tonight. This is just how it's gonna be tonight right here. Mister! This is just how it's gonna be tonight! Whoa, tone down the volume, Bluey! That's my line. Sir Blue Knight. Next time, please think before trying to press this witness. Looks like this guy even managed to scare Barnum half to death. Now then, sir, about Mr. Wordsmith's testimony just now. He claimed you were stumbling around. What does he mean by that? I'm gonna set the record straight right now. In no way was I stumbling around anywhere. I like to think of it more like staggering with style. Someone is a Toy Story fan. A responsible adult should know better than to go stumbling around in the dead of night. Hey, look, I don't just go stumbling around like some clumsy idiot. I've got more sense than that. But anyway, I kind of tripped over a large stone. I mean, you don't exactly see what's on the ground in front of you when you're running at full pelt, right? So, you could say I put me life out on the line, proving that you really need to watch where you're going when you run. How courageous of you. Someone give this guy a medal. Old bag flashback, or honestly, it feels that way. My lord, this testimony is a meaningless waste of everyone's time. Well, defender, is there a point to this particular line of questioning? Is there anything worth pursuing here? The witness stated earlier that he tripped over a large stone. Mister, I have one question for you. Why weren't you watching what was in front of you? Well, to be honest with you, it ain't much of a real reason, but something suddenly caught me attention out of nowhere. I sort of heard someone call out my name. You heard your name. Of course, I turned around when I heard it. Who wouldn't? When a woman calls your name, you pay attention, am I right? That's true. That's true. So, you heard someone call out, "Hey, you," from behind you, you mean? What? I said they called out me name! How many guys do you know called "Hey, you"? The name is Emir, and don't you forget it, Bluey, you hear me? Demir. Simply chant Amir to make it reappear. There you go. Must say, this gentleman really does not strike me as an Amir. You know, Professor, it's not a very memorable name, huh? That's harsh. Honorable witnesses, is there anyone among you who was aware of this man's name prior to now? Not at all. He's always just been Mr. to me. A knight's name is only as good as the name of the sword he carries. Nope. It is the first I have heard of this. I dare say I did not expect his name to be one such as Amir. I'm sorry, but I didn't know his name either. I only remember the names of my most loyal customers. Yeah, it's looking more and more like Kira. Yeah. Ooh, Kate, it looks like absolutely no one knew this witness's name. You know, it ain't really much of a surprise to me either. Cackling. But seriously, I definitely heard someone call me name. When you get to be me age, you really start to wonder when you'll find that true love, you know? I thought that pretty voice tonight might have been me sweetie. Your Honor, I don't believe we should be so quick to label Mr. Amir's testimony meaningless. Would you not agree? I request the witness add this amusing anecdote to his testimony. Smack. Understood. Witness, amend your testimony, thank God, but please reflect only the most important points of your story. I'm telling ya, I heard someone call me name and I was looking around trying to find them. I hurried to the scene, but then I ended up tripping when I heard someone call me name from behind.
Hold it!
Excuse me, I mean, Emir. Don't sweat it, Bluey. Mister, hey you. It's all the same to me. You stated that you heard your name being called from behind. Are you absolutely sure about that? Well, right or wrong, it sure sounded like my name. I mean, what else could it have been? Probably an incantation. I wouldn't have remembered it happening if I hadn't heard something, right? Still, maybe there's a chance I just imagined it. Oh, whoops, I accidentally went too fast. I'm sorry. From somewhere behind you. Is something the matter, Mr. Wright? Amir's story isn't the most accurate, but what if if what he says is true, then there's definitely something there. Something, you say. Might you mean? ... A contradiction? Yeah, I think so. Although, I don't know. There's just something strange about this testimony. I don't see any decisive evidence in the court record that can help. Yes, you do! Do you mean to say you found a contradiction that cannot be supported by the evidence?
Objection!
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. My lord, this line of interrogation is a complete waste of the court's time. No, it's not. Defender, I must warn you, from here on, any unnecessary questioning will be dealt with accordingly. If I don't answer correctly here, it's curtains for the trial and for a spell. Cool, so we'll just go ahead and save. If you are intent on finding a fault in this witness's testimony, you will need to present decisive evidence to back up your claims. There's not one single piece of decisive evidence in the court record, but there is in the grimoire. What do I do now? Mr. Wright? Mr. Layton? I have an idea. I believe there is a weapon of sorts with which you may be able to expose the contradiction without the need of evidence. A weapon? Smack! Now, defender, give us your answer. Yep. Yes, Your Honor. The defender finds that the witness testimony yeah, contains a clear contradiction. Your Honor, the defense believes there's a huge contradiction in the witness's testimony.
Objection!
Nope, fuck off. There you go, you got it, good job. You were stuck there for a second, weren't you? You were just like, yep, I gotta look cool. Oh shit, I'm too cool. Oh fuck, oh got it, okay, cool. I'm less cool. What is this? You must have been an even bigger fool than I thought, Sir Blue Knight. You really do not possess even a sliver of common sense, do you? That's really rich coming from you, Barnaby.
Objection!
I know what I said. If I may interrupt for just a moment, Inquisitor Barnum. Allow me to ask you this. What need is there for common sense in a world that forgoes using it? Burn! Accordingly, I must humbly ask that you discard such a manner of thinking. Whatever do you mean? He just called you an idiot. You have my utmost thanks for placing your trust in me, Mr. Wright. Let us discuss the one remaining weapon in this cross-examination. The remaining weapon? This trial has taught us a valuable new technique to be used in the courtroom, has it not? Oh, I'm learning techniques with Edgeworth all the time. You know what anyways. Yep, we did. You mean questioning? Right, Professor? Indeed it is, Luke. God, we really still are in tutorial mode. Each of the witnesses in this trial has given their own account of what occurred. Therefore, whenever one witness has testified, the other remaining witnesses have listened. That gives me an idea. In addition to catching a witness off guard and questioning them about another's testimony, there is one more thing. There's something else we can get from a 5-person cross-examination. That's right, of course. Indeed, Mr. Wright, contradictions. Should one witness's testimony differ from another's testimony, then I suppose that in itself can also be considered a contradiction, can it not? Testimony contradicting testimony. I never would have thought of that until now. We really still are in tutorial mode. Enough! Sir Blue Knight, are you prepared to present to the courts evidence proving the contradiction within this witness's testimony? Yeah. The witness testimony does not contradict any evidence. It contradicts a testimony. What are you talking about? It is time, Mr. Wright. Have a look at the touchscreen. Good God almighty. Wait, Crispy and I were talking about this game last night after the fact, and I was like, why? Because I'd mentioned yesterday it was so fucking hand-holdy. And he was like, well, yeah, this is, like, really bringing Phoenix into a Layton game. It's more like of a Layton game, so we are still being very hand-holdy with this, because this could have been people's first, like, as well, Phoenix Wright experience, just like it was his. And I'm just like, yeah, I guess so. And Phoenix Wright is very different from Professor Layton, so I guess I kind of get why it's so fucking hand-holdy. Especially when you've got just more and more shit like this. It's crazy. There you will see a testimony of the blah, 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 blah. There you will see the testimony of the witness in question, as well as those of other witnesses. They assume that all Layton players have never played an Ace Attorney game and vice versa. I mean, like, coming in from Phoenix Wright, Professor Layton seems like so much simpler at this point in time. But yeah, I guess it's really that. At least the Layton players had never played an Ace Attorney game. And we're just adding to shit that we haven't seen yet in a Phoenix Wright game. So I'm also like, yeah, I'm still learning shit. Absolutely. It's just, this is getting crazier and crazier. Like the multiple testimonies contradicting testimonies. Like, holy shit. All right, let's give this another shot, Nick. And make sure you don't forget to take a look at the court record, too. My God. I hear nearer to the scene, but then I ended up tripping when I heard someone call me name from behind. That flame, I never saw anything like it. It quite literally left me speechless. I couldn't even so much as scream. No, absolutely. Absolutely. Like, the puzzles are, like, really easy to jump into. And then, like, yeah, there's problem solving in, like, Phoenix's games, but, like, completely different genres, yeah. It's just, like...
Objection!
Oh! The person contradicting this man's testimony is none other than you! Miss Kira! We got the dual points. Are you both pointing at me? At the time of the incident, that man heard someone's voice call his name. That voice belonged to you, Miss Kira. It could not have been anyone else. And yet, in your testimony, you stated that you were in such shock during tonight's events that you couldn't even speak. This is a clear contradiction.
Objection!
What is the meaning of this? Defender! Put your dick away! Can you really claim to trust this sham of a witness and a sham of a testimony? Yeah. Really? You really are now asking, can we really trust this witness? After you've been like, oh, these delightful people that are definitely not telling, you're now questioning them because it doesn't like your narrative? Fuck off, dude. I know.
Objection!
Double pose is so swanky. That man's character is beside the point. His testimony is anything but a sham. As he watched the flames erupt, his attention was drawn to a voice behind him, which in turn made him fall over. He heard a woman's voice calling his name, a very concrete reason, and reason enough to believe his testimony.
Objection!
If it is as you say, then explain why you feel this witness is somehow responsible. That's right! Why me? People barely hear me when I'm out selling my flowers. That's how soft my voice is. You've been barking up a storm in this courtroom here, little lady. And besides, there was another woman at the scene, wasn't there? Truly, I had hopes that it was Mary too, because I was like, the flower seller's just a little bit too on the nose. Like the very sweet, quiet, innocent one turning out to be the witch. I'm like, all right. Me? What are you getting at, young lady? Do you honestly think a woman my age would be out late at night in the forest flirting with questionable men? Besides, I didn't even know this pathetic man's name. How could I have called out to him? Neither did I, and even if I did know his name, do you really think he is what? Do you really think he's the kind of guy any self-respecting girl would want? Come on, ladies. I'm standing right here, you know. As I was saying, the only person that guy could have heard from behind him was you, Miss Kira. The defense wishes to present evidence to prove this claim. Yeah, you do have to watch out for the quiet ones. That was a quiet one for the longest time in my life. Smack! And now here we are. To accuse a witness like this young lady here, why, this is simply unheard of. Also, the quiet ones are also the ones that people, like, vent to all the time. We know shit. We know what you've done. We know what you've done. We're just staying quiet about it. Until you try and bite the hands. Only on stream. Only on stream. I must warn you, defender, if you cannot prove the accusation in court, you will see the underside of my gavel. Ooh, okay. Stream does that. Show us the evidence proving this young lady was the one who called out to this man at the time of the crime.
Take that!
This piece of evidence proves it was her. My apologies, but I believe that may not be the correct piece of evidence. Yikes. That was fast. Please, Mr. Wright, having come this far, do not falter here. Mr. Wright, please stop getting around. Listen to the professor. Think about it, Mr. Wright. We'd both been following the same train of thought until just now. Okay, the map. I'm sorry. I have to hurry up and think of something. You can think all you want, Sir Baker, but not before taking a... Fuck off, smack. Now then, I will grant you another chance. Shows the evidence proving this young lady. Okay. Are we supposed to use the map then? Is that what it was?
Take that!
Take a look at this and you'll have your answer. This is the crime scene sketch. You can see the position of each witness during the crime. Alright, we jumped the gun on that one, but we're still gonna use it. Yeah, we're accusing someone of being a witch now. The only person that he could possibly have heard from behind him was none other than Miss Kira.
Objection!
No, fuck off. Alright. Listen here, Sir Blue Knight. I will only tell you this one more time. A sham of a witness yields only a sham of a testimony. That is all there is to it. Sniff. Did you in fact see this flower girl's face? You know, now that you mention it, seeing as I'd fallen down and all, I don't think I saw her face. Okay, but you heard her voice, right? Let me think. The voice came out of nowhere. It was kind of high-pitched. And I guess it kind of sounded like her, but I can't say whether or not it was this girl's voice. And there you have it, Sir Blue Knight. Such a pity. My lord, it is clear that the defense's claim is nothing but a pointless waste of the court's time. You folded. So fast. I recommend you deliver unto them a penalty befitting such behavior. Indeed, Inquisitor. No. No! Evil laughter. What is that laughter? Pardon me, my lord. It looks like you finally arrived at a decision. That means this has nothing to do with me. Isn't that right, Inquisitor Barnum? What are you saying? I'm saying that it's time for me to stop peddling testimony and get back to peddling flowers. I mean, look at all these flowers left over. It's going to take until sunrise to sell them all if I stay here any longer. Or maybe, my lord, you and the rest of the court would be interested in buying my entire stock of flowers to help a girl out. No, I don't think. I mean, then it settles. Now, if you'll excuse me, my apologies for the interruption. No? No! Understood. The court will dismiss the No. Well, Miss Kira, it would seem you are beginning to show the court your true colors. Oh, whatever do you mean? Okay then. Everyone, it looks like that's that.
Hold it!
Yeah, no. Wait, you can't leave yet. The cross-examination isn't over. Now that's funny. You say it isn't over, and yet the rest of the court seems to think of it. They've thought that since the beginning. That's not that hard. Isn't that right, Inquisitor Barnum? Do not let her get away. The Inquisition maintains that the real witch is the accused, Espella Cantabella. Don't make me say her full name again, please, for the love of God. This girl is nothing more than a witness. As such, the court cannot force her to stay against her will. This is bad. If they let her walk out now... Nick, do you think she could be... the real witch? You really like throwing around accusations, don't you, Sir Defender? Let me spell it out for you one last time, so even you can understand. I didn't know this man's name at all before today. I still don't remember it. So how could I have called out to him? Do you get it now? Now then, until we meet again, don't forget to buy some flowers on your way home, everyone! Bring her back.
Hold it.
Yeah. No, fuck off. Bring her back. Bring her back. One moment, please, Miss Kira. there something else you wanted? You don't seem to realize what you just let slip. What are you talking about? This man testified that he heard his name called at the crime scene. However, you had no knowledge of his name at the time. Is that correct? That's right. This weirdo is just imagining things. Like I said, I've already forgotten his name, even though he told it to us earlier. There is just one problem, Miss Kira. Namely, what the voice he heard tonight was actually saying. Huh? What do you mean? That's obvious. It was a name, wasn't it? Now, what was that name again? My lord, I'm still here, you know? You're saying that... You're saying that what this man heard tonight wasn't a name, but rather something else entirely? Indeed I am, Inquisitor Barnum. Something else. Aha! Get him, Phoenix! There's only one other thing it could be. The thing we've tried presenting two different times now. But we were way too early because this is a Phoenix Wright game as well. It's a stretch, but the possibility is there. That's right, Mr. Wright. That single possibility is the key to solving this mystery. Smack! Is the defense ready to present as evidence to the court? Yeah, we're just gonna like save again though, because that's what we always do, even though it's kind of like, I don't know how to save scum here. It's fine, we're just saving and getting shit wrong all the time. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, Chad, it's fine, we got it. We got it! Ugh, this is ridiculous! I demand you let me go this instant! Speed it up, dude, come on. Witness, what you are being accused of is not to be taken lightly. That's why we were about to let you go 15 seconds ago. You will not leave this courtroom so long as any reasonable doubt remains, even though we were fuck logic and reason 15 seconds ago. Defender, you may present your evidence for the third time. Show the court what the voice this man heard tonight was really saying. My God.
Take that!
We're gonna burn you alive instead. Good luck pretty fucking much. Excuse me, mister. I'm sorry. What's your name again? You've, got a name that no one seems to be able to remember for some reason. Hey! It's Amir! My name's Amir, darn it! How many times have I gotta say it? No matter the number of times you say it, you do not look like an Amir. Again, I only remember my most loyal customers' names, and he doesn't look like he could afford even a single daisy. Come on, guys. Stop kicking a guy when he's down. Mr. Amir, what you heard tonight at the crime scene was not your name. Your name just so happens to sound exactly like a certain other name. Another name. He looks so hot reading from a spell book, I'm not even gonna lie. The answer is right here in this tome. I'm talking about Amir. I know, I'm kind of starting to feel bad for the drunk guy too. Amir? What he actually heard at the time wasn't his own name. Yeah, he is getting Victor Kudos. It was the name of a magical incantation. What the? Miss Kira, have you forgotten what you said just a few minutes ago? You quite clearly stated that you didn't know this man's name. Ugh.
Objection!
Sir Blue Knight, let me get this straight. You're saying that the Amir heard by the witness was actually said by this flower girl, and that it was not his name at all, but rather the incantation of a magic spell? The defense proposes the following. The true criminal, this supposed witch, is not the defendant, Mrs. Bella Cantabella. I said, don't make me say it again, Phoenix, please, God. But instead the witness who was heard uttering the magic incantation, Miss Kira, she's our witch. You used magic to vanish from the scene and tried to blah blah blah. You used magic to vanish from the scene and tried to frame Miss Cantabella instead. He's an ass. Oh, great. Wonderful. He is a little bit of a prick, let's be real. No! What just happened? Is that girl? Is Isabella really not a witch? Unbelievable. I've never heard anything like this. Inquisitor Barnum. Have those two really defeated Inquisitor Barnum? Hell yeah, they have. You were. I was like, it's one of these two. I was hoping it was the milkmaid. Let's be real.
Objection!
No! An impressive display, Sir Blue Knight. It would seem you have finally managed to hone your blade. However, I believe that blade's edge is already beginning to dull. What do you mean? I am referring to a contradiction, naturally. Hey, that's my line. My lord, the Inquisition would like to set the record straight regarding what transpired this evening. Very well, Inquisitor Barnum. Sir Blue Knight, you claim the following. At the time of the crime, the accused, Isabella Cantabella, was surrounded by the two rogues. Then, in order to frame the accused as a witch, Miss Kira cast the spell Demir and made herself vanish. She then moved in closer to the victims. At which point, she cast Ignace, thus causing the incident seen by our witnesses tonight. Indeed, that does seem to be the claim. The problem is what happened next. There is a contradiction in the defense's account of Miss Kira's movements. A contradiction in her movements? Allow me to continue. The witnesses have stated that they each ventured out towards the crime scene. Which is when Miss Kira, the witch, made her way to this point while still invisible. When she arrived at said spot, she then cast a mirror and reappeared to join the other witnesses. And there you have it. That is accurate, isn't it, Sir Blue Knight? I really don't like that you're getting all of this right just to say, no, you're wrong. That's correct. Then Mr. Amir heard her call his name. Well then, I have but one question that I would like you to answer. Why would a witch need to do such a thing? That is the question. What do you mean? Supposing Miss Kira were a witch, surely she would not have made the conscious decision to reappear when she did. One would imagine she would remain hidden and flee the crime scene. Quite right! That's what I'd do if I was a witch! Given that point, there would be no viable reason for her to recite the incantation. In other words, it is inconceivable that this flower seller, Miss Kira, could be the witch. What? What just happened? Is Kira really not a witch? Inquisitor Barnum just turned this entire trial right around. Just what I'd expect from Labyrinthia's Sword of Justice. My God. Uh-oh. Man, you could have gotten off scot-free. Shit, you have voice acting now, which means that you're the witch.
That's right. You all heard it. It's just as Inquisitor Barnum said.
Oh, no.
Me, a witch. The idea is laughable.
Yeah, she did. Wait till you get outside, you idiot. Not good. She's completely bounced back onto her feet. What is her great response? We were so close too. I can't believe Inquisitor Barnum. Can't he see it? You just have to take one good look at her. It's obvious she's the real witch here. Remember, Mr. Wright, at times like this, a cool head will prevail. Mr. Layton. I'm sure you have had to fight your way out of circumstances such as these many times before. The situation is no different. As a defense attorney, what would you usually do at such a time? What would I usually do? Of course. There's only one thing that can get me out of a situation like this. Save Scott. I've got to flip this case on its head and think outside the box. It would seem the defense has nothing further to add. I add that I'm going to save. I add that I'm going to save. Yeah, that. Why, of course, that's because everyone knows the truth. They know that girl right there is the real witch. Real witch. That settles it then. Go ahead and deliver your verdict, my lord.
Objection!
Hell yeah. The situation is exactly as you described, Inquisitor Barnum. It really doesn't make much sense for the witch to have used a mirror. Regardless, the defense still maintains that Miss Kira did utter that incantation and make herself reappear. Now the question is, for what reason? If she really didn't have to use that spell, then why use it in the first place? If I can find the answer to that question, then this entire case will start to unravel. Oh my god. Most fascinating. Very well, allow us to hear this theory of yours. Tell the court why it was necessary for the witch to appear at the crime scene. To make sure that it was pinned on her? I don't know. Well, we're still in the game, once you eliminate the impossible. Whatever remains must be the truth. The reason Miss Kira reappeared at the scene of the crime was, I don't fucking know. To give herself an alibi, I think is what it is. The answer is obvious. She was trying to give herself an alibi. Oh, was that right? Tell me, what would that alibi I was watching her set flame to the other people? Well, just give me a minute. I'm getting to that part. That will not be necessary, Sir Blue Knight. Fuck off. That makes sense. That made sense. That made sense. Huh? Think about it. Why would she have needed an alibi if no one could have seen? You're right. You're right. You're just right. You're right. Well, I took the magic aspect out of it and was thinking logically. I know it was to become a witness. I know it was to become a witness. It was one of the two, and I was like, oh yeah, we're taking out the magic element of this, and like, oh yeah, that way people... I literally was like, fuck that. We don't need that thought. You don't know that for sure? Nope, he's absolutely, yeah, I'm like, yep. I do have to think dumber. I do. I was like, it's one of these two! It would make sense to have an alibi! She didn't need an alibi up until now. Defender, something tells me you must be thinking something along the lines of, he's absolutely right. Ugh, please quit reading my mind, Your Honor. I suggest you think, yeah, I know. Looks like I'll have to think of something else. Yeah, I know it was to become a witness. It was one of the two, and I was like, she needed an alibi! And it was like, no one was questioning her until now. Why would she need an alibi? Because I know I have one more chance, literally. Why? Yeah, it was to become a witness. Oh my god. The answer is obvious. She must have wanted to become a witness herself.
Objection!
Sir Blue Knight, do not slam your hands down on the desk unless you have a strong point to make. Wait a second. Wait a second. The same goes for your mouth. Don't waste your breath on such nonsense. Huh? Have a look at the number of witnesses. We already have 4. I guess we really did have to think very dumb to cover up her crime. That falls in line. That falls in line with to have an alibi. That falls in line with to have an alibi. It makes more sense. I mean, because the alibi made sense until I was like, wait, she was already disappeared. So, like, really? Becoming a witness on purpose would accomplish nothing. She may as well have sat in the stands and watched the trial. Well, you don't know that for sure. Oh my god. We had to get really dumb. I guess so. I was thinking, like, real world, like she needed an alibi, because that would have made sense in previous cases. And then I was like, okay, then it was definitely to be a witness, to add to the, you know, witnesses and everything. Yeah, I know. When was the last time we saved? Yeah, that's fine. Wow. Your kind is impossible. Oh, no. It's a sensible creature of magic. May the flames spurt you from the zap! Do we watch her go into the flames? Oh! Load save data. Wow! Wait! Don't make us go all the way back to the beginning. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, got it. The other two made sense. She wouldn't need to cover up a crime either. That one didn't even cross my mind because it was like that. She didn't need to cover up anything. I mean, it made sense to go with alibi because it was like, it definitely was not me because other people saw me, right? So it couldn't have been me. To become a witness also could have made sense because other people saw me and I want to make sure that this person, you know, gets burned instead of me. But really? Wow!
Objection.
That... That's wild. That... Cover up. She didn't need to cover up anything. Like, literally, she didn't need to cover up anything. To give herself an alibi, I mean, yeah, okay, so she was disappeared. She was, like, you could not see her. It still kind of makes sense to be like, yep, they saw me here that night. I couldn't have been, like, it just double down, right? Double up on that. So to become a witness, also kind of the same thing. This one does not make sense. All right, now you're right. I can't think of any other possibility. I can, Phoenix, as the horny brain cell. When the horny brain cell comes to party and is like, hey, actually, these two make more sense. I'm starting to get a little bit concerned. This has to be the answer. Isn't it obvious she was trying to cover up her own crime? Was that right? Tell me, why would she do, yeah, like, really, why would she do that? Well, just give me a minute, I'm getting to that part. That will not be necessary? Sir Blue Knight, huh? Think about it. What would she have to hide if no one could have seen her to begin with? That is the same logic that we just... That was the same logic that we used in the other one. Why would she need an alibi when she was already, like, disappeared? Okay, good point. Why would she need to become a witness when there are other... Yeah, like, what? That made... We're all seeing that made as much sense as the other two, right? That we went through? And my line of thinking wasn't completely and totally unhinged. Even though I was like, oh, no, he's right. But we could all see the logic. Yeah, no, I get that she's taking off the mask, but, like, in this one... But it's just as, like, fucking what the fuck as the other two, right? No, there is no right answer. They were all wrong. I'm not insane. I'm not. My thought processes are still like, they're of sound mind, all right? You heard the good Inquisitor. No matter how you look at it, there'd be no reason for me to reappear, assuming I was the criminal, that is.
Objection.
I can't argue with her there. What the fuck? Yeah, no, this is infuriating. Because, like, the last one, you're right, it did explain it afterwards, and it took me way too long to be like, oh yeah, the gem was inside the teddy bear. Or the blue badger, excuse me. That one took me way too long. That one was like, duh, Nayra, come on. This one, I'm not piecing it together at all. Pardon the interruption, but that's not necessarily the case. Mr. Layton. Explain yourself, Sir Top Hat. Please do. You have stated that Miss Kira had no reason to reappear. I swear to God, if they go in here and they're like, she needed an alibi, I'm going to flip the table. However, the situation changed and it became necessary for her to show herself, okay? Spell it out for me. Actually spell it out for me. Isn't that right, Miss Kira? Huh? What are you talking about? I have no idea what you mean! They said something earlier. Okay, then my horny brain was going into overdrive. Clearly, obviously. Smack! We have hours of proof! We have about 2 hours of proof of that! It would seem the defense must clarify their argument with evidence. She said something earlier specifically? Mr. Wright, I believe that Kira did not intend to reveal herself at the crime scene. Yeah, okay. We're gonna save here, though. Come on. Rather, that something occurred which forced this young lady to make herself reappear. It was so important that she had to reappear and risk being spotted? Smack. It went right over my head then. Defender. Tell the court why it would have been necessary for the witch to reappear at the crime scene. What the fuck? You think you know? If you weren't here yesterday, you would not okay, cool. So, I was too busy also being horny and trying to censor myself until just knowing that I couldn't censor anymore. Sure. Okay, any of these? Oh, she couldn't see.
Take that!
Miss Kira, you usually wear glasses, is that correct? Huh? I'm still, hold on. It's like I already told you, I lost my glasses a few days ago. Are you absolutely sure about that? Or did you not, in fact, lose them tonight during the crime? Of course not! Perhaps you accidentally dropped them while you were committing the crime. Then as you were attempting to make your escape, you noticed they were gone. Therefore, you made yourself reappear in order to search for your missing glasses. What? What? That is bullshit. What? That makes no sense. You can do that invisible. What do you mean? What do I mean? Actually, hold on. How absurd! Such baseless conjecture. Hold on. I actually need. What do you mean? What do I mean? She can search for them invisible. No, actually, no. No, that's right. No, he's right. He is right. Because she touched her glasses, so the glasses were invisible. But if the glasses were invisible, then it's not a problem. Actually, wait a second. If the glasses were invisible, then it's not a problem. They would have taken her away. And she could have waited. So it still doesn't make sense. Okay, we'll keep going. But, like, okay, I got that for a second. You can still stay invisible until they take her away. And then you're free to become visible again and find them. Sure, they may be stepped on, but you're still in the clear. What you propose is fundamentally flawed. What do you mean? Let us assume hypothetically that the witch did in fact drop this evidence, which I agree, she would not have been able to see them. But what you just did was murder as a witch. That takes precedence over finding the glasses. What you do is when the witch leaves, everyone leaves, you can go back and you can find the squished glasses. And then you come back with them in your pocket or some shit, and you're like, oh man, I broke them in a different area, and no one would be the fucking wiser. Okay, fine! It would still make more sense for her to escape under the cover of darkness.
Objection.
Unfortunately, Inquisitor Barnum, such a plan was simply not possible. What? Mr. Wright, do you understand what I'm suggesting? Yes. I need... He means the reason Miss Kira made herself reappear at the crime scene. Okay, this is it. Great. We're saving again, because this is getting dumb, and it's still not clicking for me. Crispy is the god here for this game more than... I guess so. Smack. Why would a witch have poor eyesight? Defender, enlighten us. Why did the witness feel the need to make herself reappear? She couldn't find her glasses? Or are we just gonna go straight for the least likely one of someone found her glasses? She couldn't find her glasses. The answer is simple, Your Honor. She couldn't find her glasses. She could not find them. If you notice, she's still not wearing her glasses right now. I agree with everything right now. This didn't click for you the first time you played it until the end either. Okay, cool. I feel sane then for the... Right now I feel insane, but hearing that, genuinely I feel slightly more sane.
Objection.
Hold a moment, Sir Blue Knight. What does that have to do with anything? She touched... Yeah, that's right. It doesn't change a single thing.
Objection.
This is not my first Ace Attorney game, and apparently I'm just so slow that I can't figure it out right now. That's where you're wrong. In fact, it changes things quite a bit. Tonight, the two victims were engulfed by flames, courtesy of a magic spell. That very instant, 4 witnesses saw the flames erupt at the scene. It was at that point that something you didn't expect occurred. You suddenly lost your glasses. Following. I still need to understand why she did not think this through. That's right, you were scared that if your glasses were discovered at the scene of the crime, you would be suspected of being a witch.
Objection!
What foolishness! Even if her glasses were found, she could simply have explained that she dropped them there days before the crime happens.
Objection!
I'm afraid that is not a possibility, Inquisitor Barnum. I agree with that. What did you say? If you recall, it had been raining quite heavily at the crime scene beforehand. As she stated that she dropped her glasses before the crime, then naturally, one would expect the glasses to be soaked in water and covered in mud. Okay. However, the rain had already stopped at the time the crime itself was committed. In other words, one look at the pair of clean, dry glasses would reveal she had dropped them later, thus implicating her as a witch. I should have known. I was perfecting my rainfall rending technique in the forest. And not once during the rainfall did I see that flower maiden traveling along the nearby path. That's not all. In order to frame Miss Cantabella as the witch, you needed to leave this witch's scepter behind at the scene of the crime. I see. That would be the most definitive evidence that she is the witch. I guess so. The objective here was to have somebody else discover the staff at the scene. Alas, that person was I. However, no doubt you came to realize that one can deduce which spells were used simply by examining the magic gems on the scepter. In this case, one can see that the witch must have used Demir to vanish from sight and make her escape. That's why, Miss Kira, you were left with no option but to reappear at the crime scene. That was the only way for you to avoid suspicion if someone were to discover your glasses at the crime scene. I will allow it. By reappearing, you'd be able to explain that you simply dropped your glasses when you rushed to see what had happened. I will allow it. What do you have to say to that, Miss Kira? I will allow it. It's not good enough for me, honestly. It's not satisfactory enough for me, but I would have gone with her glasses disappeared, because it said that anything that she touched, and technically she was touching the glasses because the glasses were on her face. That seems more plausible. You know? I don't like that. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this.
I know. I've let you both ramble on and on, but playtime is over.
Feels like we were missing a piece before the... I mean, I just...
So that's it, then? I'm a witch because I dropped my glasses? I must have said it how many times now? I lost my glasses days ago. Were you even listening? I'll say it again. Over 1,000,000 times! I lost my glasses, I lost my glasses! Do you like evidence, Sir Defender? Do you love proof, Sir Top Hat? Then prove I dropped my glasses at the crime scene. Ha! You can't prove it! In other words, you lose.
I don't think the pieces are missing, but everything they said you had. But hold on. But it is a very obtuse way to get to... I know, I'm like... If we mentioned... Like, if the glasses were found, like she said, there, then yeah, I would have bought that. I would have. But that was like... I should have thought about it, I guess, because they are in the evidence. But it's this sorry. This is interesting to me because causes anything the caster touches to vanish from sight. The clothes on her body also disappeared. She's wearing them. She's touching them. You would think that the glasses that she was also wearing, she's touching, would disappear as well. Why are the glasses the exception? That's my question. That is really my question. I was going along with the whole she touched, you know, herself, you know, whatever. But still, the clothes on her body disappeared. So why not the glasses too? You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of like, if the court will excuse me not buying this whole thing, because it's just not good enough. Because she was, yeah, I guess she cast it before. How the hell would... Because the glasses aren't clothing. They're an accessory to murder. I mean, yeah, who's to say that, yeah, they didn't fall off beforehand. I don't know. The other thing, just for argument's sake, right? Because we're in court, we're going back and forth. Yeah, because she was no longer touching them when they fell off. Again, wait for people to drag her away. Witnesses saw her in the middle of that, you know, and they're like, oh, she's a witch, she's a witch. They already had their witch. She knows how this fucking crazy-ass court goes. They weren't going to stop to look for evidence. They were just like, that's the fucking witch. She didn't know of Phoenix's existence. She didn't think this shit was going to happen. There was no reason. They had their witch. There really was still, at the end of the day, no reason. They literally had their witch. If she had waited and gone back, maybe it matters where they fell. Still, they were dragging Espella away. They wouldn't have looked back. They wouldn't have. Clearly. Clearly! They're not in court! Ye old kangaroo with courtroom? Truly! Seriously, if they had looked back, they would have the glasses. Or are we suddenly gonna pull them out of her ass right now? You guys see what I'm saying? It's not just me spouting bullshit. That is correct. So who has the glasses then? Proving such a thing would indeed be impossible. To prove that the witness dropped her glasses at the crime scene. You do want to say that this is the least favorite case. This is your least favorite case in the game, but to you by the end, everything does make sense. Okay, I will keep going. At the present time, these are my thoughts and feelings. We are allowed to change our minds, but right now, I feel like the what the fuck is founded. What say you, Inquisitor Barnum? 'Tis indeed a question of proof, my lord. These glasses have been missing from the very beginning. The Knights of the Inquisition found no trace of these glasses anywhere near the crime scene. Therefore, this witness cannot in any way be accused of being a witch. You heard the man. But we were so close. That girl is a witch! Can't anyone else see that? What should we do, Professor? Alright. Well, it would seem the young lady has finished what she had to say. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Wright? So Layton found it too. It wasn't just the tone. Yes, it certainly looks that way, Mr. Layton. What's with that face? Do you find something funny here? It is as you said, Inquisitor Barnum. Explain. The defense raises just one further question. Why were you unable to find... I swear to God. What do you mean? You must have searched the area quite thoroughly looking for them. And yet, even now, the Knights have been unable to locate them. Okay, so they are invisible? Did you ever Chat. Yes, that has become quite the mystery. Surely they must be somewhere, around somewhere. Hold on. Causes anything the caster touches to vanish simply from sight. Okay, simply chant Emir to make it reappear. Unlike, I'm getting real technical here. It is possible that we have them. So, okay, it says, requires an incantation and a scepter to cast. It does not specify here that we need the scepter to make it reappear. It's just the chant. If we somehow have them, great. But if they're about to imply that they're fucking invisible, I'm going to lose my shit. The glasses were lost so that, yeah, that's your explanation for everything. That's the only explanation. There's still one remaining place that you still have not searched tonight. Okay, so they did find them. She did find them. The glasses were supposedly not found at the crime scene, leaving only one other possible place. Can you see why this is not? It is a horrible Ace Attorney game to start with. Oh my god. No, she found them. She found them. She found them. They're on her. What is this? You two. Have at you, sir, Blue Knight. Draw your blade and reveal to the court where the glasses are supposedly hiding. She found them. It looks as... oh. If only it were that simple. Oh my god. It looks like I've somehow managed to make it through my first witch trial. It all comes down to this, the final piece of evidence. Time to clear up this case once and for... what the fuck? Is it in the milk bucket? Is it in the milk bucket? Is it in the milk bucket? Is it in the motherfucking milk bucket? That's all I got right now. I leave the rest in your capable hands, Mr. Wright. The piece of evidence pointing to the one place not searched tonight is... it is not the milk bucket.
Take that!
It is not the milk bucket. Tonight, there was one thing that was carried away from the crime scene right under everyone's noses. She would have heard them fall into that milk pail. She would have felt them, seen them slide off of her face into that milk pail. As someone who wears glasses and or contacts, she would have felt those glasses fall off her face. And if she was that close to Espella when it happened, she would have heard the splash. Even... what the fuck? Because what I would have done, she would have seen it. I would have been like, oh god, my glasses are falling. And they would have been disappeared too. Vanished. Invisible. Excuse me. We've been saying disappeared. They would have been invisible. Oh my god. Carried away? I am speaking, of course, about this. Yeah, I'm giving this game too much. I'm giving it credit because Ace Attorney games trials cases can be really smart. They can be really, oh my god, that's awesome. They can be really, that is wild body pendulum, but that's still fucking cool. That doesn't have to say that. It doesn't say that though. I don't think they stay invisible if she isn't touching it. A mirror. Simply chant a mirror to make it reappear. It would have stayed invisible. She didn't chant a mirror until that moment. She did not have to. But this isn't an Ace Attorney game. It's a Layton game that has Phoenix. I guess so. We're having, like, literally we are going to have no other choice than to just fucking accept this. But, oh my god. Chant a mirror to make it reappear. Just because she wasn't fucking touching it. Does it? That's, you have to chant the thing. That's why I kept sitting here like fucking looking at it. It does not state in this fucking thing. They stay, like, they only stay invisible if she's touching it. You chant a mirror to make it reappear. So what I was saying earlier is right. God. It was written by the Ace Attorney writers. I'm not satisfied with this. I am not satisfied with this. That's the milk bucket that disappeared from the crime scene. You would have felt them fall off from your face. You would have looked down to catch them, and when you missed it, you would have seen the milk bucket splash. For sure, fine, she didn't hear the splash. You would have seen it. Even that far, I'm pretty damn blind. You would have seen the milk bucket underneath you. You would have reached in for that shit. Oh my God. Ugh. You disagree about them dropping the ball? I maintain that I'm not satisfied with this. That is my personal feeling. And if you are happy with this case, I'm happy that you found enjoyment in this case. After all of that bullshit, though, I am not happy with this. I am not satisfied with this. Thus far, the defense's claim that the glasses were dropped at the crime scene has been regarded as mere speculation. However, if, Miss Kira, we find your glasses within the contents of this milk bucket, then our mere speculation will suddenly become fact. I am not satisfied with this. What manner of witchery? What are you talking about? You're crazy. Just crazy. No way could my glasses be inside that stupid bucket. That's just impossible. It's possible, but you didn't need to. How about we quit with the speculation and actually find out? What do you say, Inquisitor Barnum? Okay, let me be clear. Let me be clear. I'm not necessarily, like, mad at the way, like, at this case. I guess it's just her fucking stupidity. I guess that's what I'm really mad at. It's not the case. I guess it really is just her level of stupidity. I'm not satisfied with, like, that's how dumb you are. It's not necessarily the case. And I get that that's the whole point, is that these people are gonna be stupid and make mess-ups. But you had it in the bag. And you fumbled hard. I'm mad at her. This is... After all of that bullshit that we just went through, my God, girl. Get your shit together. You had it together enough for, like, committing murder. Shit's gonna go wrong. Oh my God. Worse than the game, but you don't think it was bad. No, I'm mad at her stupidity. I'm mad at her stupidity. This is not like... They figured it out. They did. I'm mad because it was like, you forgot how stupid people are, and you didn't factor that into the equation here. These people don't know what logic is. Cult life. Also, she's a peasant girl. Those glasses are probably all she has. I know, but if that's all I have, I want to make sure that I take my time to get it back instead of just, like, doing the stupid thing and also putting my life at stake. You know? If my life is on the line, I'd prefer to lose the glasses than my fucking life. That's what I'm saying. That's... My God. Tis mandated that the Knights of the Inquisition investigate any and all possibilities during the course of a trial. Wow. Like, I agree with what you were saying. I understand, like, logic, whatever. What is that? We're not using our brain cells. You're right. She is a peasant girl, and that's possible. That is the only pair that she has. I get that. I'd rather lose my glasses than my life. That's all I'm saying. If they had found... They were still invisible. I'm gonna keep going back around to that. They were still invisible. You know? Oh. Have it searched immediately. Very well. We're gonna dump out the bucket. Oh. What? What? Miss Kira, as you can see, your glasses have been found inside the milk bucket. The truth is out. Nothing you say can change that now. Which leads us to the next question. Specifically, a question of when. When did you drop your glasses into the milk bucket? What? Why is this happening? This whole thing is ridiculous! The answer is obvious, isn't it? I dropped them afterwards, after I ran over to see the fire! I took a tiny peek inside that milk bucket. That's when they fell in!
Objection!
Don't be stupid, child. Snowy and I were at the scene first. We made sure to take that milk bucket before anyone else could get their grubby little hands on it. We weren't going to let a single soul get anywhere near that sweet, creamy bucket of deliciousness. You can bet my farm on that. Ugh. Each of these 4 witnesses has stated they heard the spell Ignace being cast at the time of the incident. According to the Grand Grimoire, Ignace summons a circle of flame within a 1-meter radius of the caster. In other words, the real witch must have been at Miss Cantabella's side at the time of the incident. Indeed, that is when the glasses fell into the milk bucket. Therefore, there is only one logical conclusion. Only one person who could be the true witch. What she said.
Miss Kira, you are the real witch.
Gasp. Okay. Can we let us spell it down now? Oh God, we. What a very strange trial this has been. I'm not satisfied with this. After playing other Ace Attorney games, I do realize that this game is weird about holding all their cards to their chest until the very literal end. Is this what you meant by, like, there's twists and shit, and, like, they have to make it... We have, like, a got 'em moment at the end because it's a Layton game? Is that what you meant by this? Because I remember you saying, like, I think the final trial, you were like, everything was good, and then they add a twist or some shit. Yeah, that's the latent DNA showing. I don't approve. I don't approve. Yeah. Yeah. Cause like... Yeah. I don't approve of it. And that's purely because we've played the original, like... I'm sure it does. I don't approve of it right now. We've been playing, again, Phoenix's game since February. I'm, like, very set in my ways with that. So for it to be like, oh yeah, here's this really dumb shit at the end for this latent, to add the latent twist. Like, I guess I respect that. Trying to add that, but it also just, it doesn't. It did not work in this instance. I will give the very first case, sure. I will give it that. It did not work in this instance for me. Like, I should have put 2 and 2 with the smuggling of the gems. I should have done that. That's on me. I'm glad it worked for you in the end. I don't feel satisfied with this. From the very beginning, we all have paid witness to a most unusual set of circumstances. A baker turns defender, a surprise extra witness, and now a not guilty verdict for the accused. Holy shit. Never have I seen such a spectacle. Ace Attorney games are supposed to give you all the evidence and logic up front. I mean, we get more and more as trials go on. I agree to some extent, but we literally will have, like, Gumshoe get into an accident on the way over with, like, more evidence. So evidence will come in, and it will, like, fill the gaps in, like, pieces, but this is just a little bit too fantastical. Yeah. Cause, yeah. Yeah. We had this from the beginning. I acknowledge that. I don't... This one just didn't sit right. Is this really happening? The girl inside the cage. You mean she's the real witch? Great, someone want to put her on... Give her a defender? But what about that Aspella Cantabella girl?
Miss Kira,
you, asshole. Court cannot end until a woman is brought. I guess so.
Tell us why.
Why were you trying to frame Miss Cantabella?
Because I didn't want to be the one being called a witch and in the spot. But why did you, like... That's not my question. My question... Witch! My question is, why did you kill the two people? That's my real question, not why did you frame?
You could easily have escaped the crime scene without a trace. There was no reason to frame anyone.
That's what I'm saying! But hey! I'm invalid until Layton says it, right? Smartest man in the room, right? I'm just the insane, horny, unholy elven woman. I get it. He said it. Now it's valid.
This crime was a result of nothing but your overwhelming ill intent.
To frame a person as a witch is to condemn that person to death by fire. Surely you must know this. So why Espella Cantabella?
Witch! She's like, have you heard her name? It's like so irritating. And it's not her fault, but like, really? Espella Cantabella? Really?
Do you have any idea what it feels like to be a witch?
No? Elaborate. It's because he's British.
What it feels like.
I'd like to know what it
didn't
feels like
ask
to
for
have Phoenix
this.
inside me. Anyways, okay, then why?
I didn't ask for these powers, but I have them. And now here I am, begging for my life.
So is it like one of those like hentai plots where it's like I have to use my powers, otherwise I'll, you know, go into like
I
insane
was
horny
living
mode?
such a peaceful life until now. Selling flowers, getting scolded by my boss for not selling enough of them.
Then why did we set people on fire? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like I have to use my powers, otherwise, like, you know, I go into heat kind of thing, and then I start like, you know, ravaging everyone around me, like that spiky-headed baker. Oh my god, I really wish I could get in his pants. That kind of thing. Is that like, sure, throw that plot line in. I'll be like, hell yeah, let's ride.
That's why I was trying to put an end to these trials once and for all.
Listen, I am who I am. Oh shit, no! Okay, close. Sorry, excuse me. I thought I X'd out. I was like, fuck!
Put an end to the trials.
So you set people on fire?
You all know what I mean?
No,
The
actually, I
one
don't.
condition written in the story that will end these witch trials.
When the great witch Bezella has been put to the flames and vanquished from this world, these trials will come to an end.
This was my chance to finally end all this. At least that's what I thought.
So do you know Espella's like evil twin sister? Is that what's happening, or her, you know, evil other half that got separated from her, because it's one of those tropes as well? Either one
The
of those.
sun had begun to set on that lonely forest path, and there wasn't a soul in sight.
Okay.
I always carried my hidden Talea Magica with me in case of a moment like this. I used my magic to expose that girl for what she really is. If I had been successful, then all these trials would finally end, and I could go on living my peaceful life.
What? What are you saying? Am I hearing this correctly?
What Herp said. I murdered someone to prove murdering is wrong.
Are you actually accusing Espella Cantabella?
Yes, that's what she said.
Why do you think no one has ever seen the legendary Great Witch?
Because she stays out of sight, unlike your dumbass, who literally makes your invisible glasses reappear when there was no reason to. I understand that logic isn't a thing in this world, but like, saving my ass is. Right? In order to save my ass, I need to think 2 seconds about this. In order to save my ass, I shouldn't do X, Y, Z. And I guess that you know, that is technically logic, but we'll call it, for them, saving my ass, since the logic doesn't exist. I should know how to save my ass. Alright. I feel like I'm screaming at a brick wall right now.
It's because she's been hidden in our midst the entire time. She's protected. She's hidden from us. It's all part of the story.
A part of the story?
Objection! That's enough! Speak no more. A witch's existence cannot be justified.
No, please! I know you've all noticed it too! You could end this! All of this! That girl! It's all because of that girl!
Just start mass hysteria. Works every time.
I beg you! Please! Please release me!
You still murdered someone. 2 someones. You still did that.
Knights of the Court! Isn't it your duty to protect the people of this town? Give me another chance!
You murdered 2 people. And framed someone.
That is where you're wrong. Tis indeed a knight's duty to protect. We are impelled to protect the citizens of Labyrinthia against you and your ilk.
I mean, I wouldn't burn her just because she's a witch. I would burn her because she set 2 other people on fire and, you know, tried to frame it on someone else. That's the reason for me.
The reason you were offered my protection until now was because your guilt was uncertain. There was the possibility that you were not a witch. The circumstances were such that it seemed another was guilty.
Again, I don't give a shit if you're a witch. Honestly, we could fuck. Let's be real. If you aren't, like, setting people on fire.
That possibility has since disappeared, and your innocence along with it. You now find yourself at the other end of my sword.
No!
Vile witch, enemy of Labyrinthia, may the fires purge you from this land.
I like his VA, though. He's pretty cool.
Hold it! Please, wait! Stop! Please, just stop this!
Spella!
Yeah, hang on. Yeah, wait. I know it isn't stated for... Oh, hold on.
If it means putting an end to these horrible trials...
It isn't stated, but from what you know personally from other pieces of media with magic, a spell rarely lasts forever, so I think I just ran with the logic that... with that logic when you came to the glasses. I also... And this isn't me being like, you're an idiot. What I'm saying, I have, like, no ill will when I say this. I also think that you gave it the benefit of the doubt, too, because this is a Layton game, and you loved Layton. So you're more like, cool, let's go with this. That... And I don't mean to be like, ugh. I'm just like, that's probably what happens too. You hadn't played an Ace Attorney game. We're on the opposite end of that, where it's like, we've only played Ace Attorney, so this is like, the fuck? But you played Layton, where there's magical elements to it, so it's like, sure, why not? I have no, this is my first time having to, like, literally look through the grimoire in court and be like, cool, so magic in the courtroom. That's probably why I am unsatisfied with this. I'm on the other side of that. You also know other Layton games, and the things in those games don't last forever. There you go. Without that context, I'm kind of like, cool. But apparently there's that context. So I was not satisfied. I'm still not entirely satisfied. Maybe going and playing Layton again, and then playing this after. Or not again. Playing Layton, and then playing this again after. Maybe I'd look at it with a different perspective. But I, as someone who's only Ace Attorney, in my noodle, in my horny noggin, I didn't find this satisfying. You're just glad the sheep is okay? Lamb chops for dinner.
Let me take her place. Let me be Bezella. Send me to the flames.
Shut up. Just shut up.
But please, if it would save her life.
This
Smack.
trial has proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that this flower seller, Kira, is a witch.
Yeah, I think I will go through this game again after playing a couple of Layton games. I wanted to play this because I wanted to play all of Phoenix's games before we moved on to a game that didn't have Phoenix in it in the Ace Attorney games. But now I'm like, maybe we should have waited until we got some Layton games under our belt. But again, I'm still having fun. This is just like, what? Missing the Layton context. Yeah, she did kill 2 people in frame. Yeah. You know, Layton, game context too, and a lot of this is still... Okay, cool. So, I feel validated. I'm also, like, willing to give it another chance, but I still feel validated by the... No? I don't know. Maybe we'll come back around to it.
And according to the law, all those found to be witches will be executed.
Yeah, there are literally people that go to death row for, you know, killing people and then framing people. So, like, you know, regardless of her being a witch, she still would be put on death row for that shit. But whatever. She killed 2 people. I don't think her being a witch matters that much. That's kind of what I'm fucking saying. They're focused on the witch aspect. We're like, nah, murder was involved. We're not really talking about the 2 rogues over here, but, like, murder was involved. Like, that was a thing. That is. Yeah, murder is okay if you want to... Fuck off. I don't know. I need to play these games.
Did he say executed?
Yeah, he did.
He can't mean...
You walked in on that. You know that it could happen.
This is most unsettling.
Bailiff, ready the fire.
No. Oh, shit.
No!
No! Don't do this!
What Feeny said.
Huh? Listen to me! Don't let her fool you! Isabella is the Great Witch! Hear me! There's no time to waste! She's Brazilla! Take her! And then these witch trials will be no more! The witch trials will end!
The crowd is also very wishy-washy, but that's just human nature, right? Because they were all like, oh yeah, burn the witch, and now they're actually listening to the witch for once, and it's like, oh my god, could it be? And it's probably just because there's the prospect of another witch, and that's why they're like, oh, now we can listen to her. Yeah, indeed. Wait, what? Murder is fine if you murder to stop murders. Listen, it depends on your state. It depends on what state you live in, self-defense laws and shit. So I'm not gonna comment on that one. Oh my god. Wait, that's what your mom told you. Yeah, that's we apparently are always boiling people alive. Isn't that wonderful, chat? So far, we've always managed to pull off a win and get a not guilty verdict, but winning has never felt this depressing. Oh, Espella, are you all right? Yes, I just want to thank all of you. You all came to my rescue yet again. Well, yeah, of course we did. But hold on a sec, Espella. What did you say just now? There we go. Maya's gonna come around again. You all came to my rescue yet again. You don't mean... Yes, I remember everything. I remember the last trial. I suppose that makes this the second time we've met, and the second time all of you have helped me. Yeah, we're all from the same world. You want some Kentucky Fried Witch? Sorry, I'm not a cannibal. Mr. Wright, am I to infer that you and Espella have met before? Yes, Layton. Yeah, it seems that way. You too, Mr. Layton? Perhaps it would be best if we briefed each other on what has transpired. Not here. Not here, where they are literally still trying to be like, Espella's a witch. We're gonna burn witches in the room next door. Not here. Can we go back to the bakery, maybe? Let's go back to the bakery. We can all have like a little powwow under like a fucking pillow fort in Espella's room, you know? I'll bring popcorn and matcha. It's fine. I don't want to do this when I'm literally still smelling burning corpse. Is that okay with everyone? That's okay with it. Cool. Let's get out of here. Okay, what should we discuss? We should discuss getting back to the bakery first. My God. Espella paid us a visit in London. You guys need to not be having this conversation in an open area. Oh my god. Silly Nayra wishes aren't people. It's okay. No, no, no. She had in her possession a letter from an old acquaintance of mine. Is that right? Mr. Accidenti helped drive Espella straight out of Labyrinthia and into the Whomping Willow. You both kept me safe from the witches that were chasing me. Wait, did you say witches? So they appeared in London too? Regrettably, I am unable to say that our protection was absolute. When we saw you last, it seems you managed to escape, courtesy of that passing freighter. Oh yeah, that's right. What happened to you after that, Espella? I rode the ship along the river for a while before arriving at a nearby port. And then you dressed up like a schoolgirl and got very into, like, the schoolgirl hypnosis play. Which, like, I guess that's fine for you. That was not a safe situation to do that in, though. There was no safe word, and you ended up on trial. And then... that's when I met Mr. Wright and Maya. Okay, what should we discuss? I didn't know where the ship would end up. I felt very lonely out there. Please accept my sincerest apologies. I'm afraid there was something else I could do to prevent it. There was nothing else I could do. No, please, don't blame yourself, Mr. Layton. I just didn't know what to do, so I tried to look for something. Anything on the ship that might help me. Boy, you sure found something all right, or rather, someone. You ran into a master thief working as part of the ship's crew. Yes, that's right. Did you say master thief? Crikey, that's amazing. I wouldn't exactly say it was amazing. After that, I was taken to court, and that's when Mr. Wright helped me. And we're not going to talk about Miss Darkclaw at all. No, I've never watched it, and I don't think I can. Truly. Get your meme references out of here, god damn it! That cursed meme anyway! Fuck off, we're gonna put you in the Iron Maiden into the fire pit next! Ugh. I see, then perhaps somewhere deep within your minds must have existed a memory of that previous trial, and of Mr. Wright. How could anyone forget that sexy hunk of a man? That sexy, stupid puppy! Hence why you thought to seek out his help when you found yourself in such an unfortunate situation this evening. This dumb himbo! That makes sense. After all, Nick did make legal history in that day in jolly old England. Did you say he made history? Wow, that's incredible, right, Professor? I wouldn't exactly say I made history. But then, after that, I was never able to find my way back to the Professor. Even after I went through the pains of finding that clue, it ended up being taken away from me. A clue, you say? Yes, the tag that was hanging around the neck of that sweet little stuffed toy. That tag was a clue? A clue for what? Okay, what should we discuss? The stuffed toy's tag? I had a lot of time to think while I was on that ship. I thought about a lot of things. Like how to try and find a way back once the ship arrived at its destination. Things like that. Find a way back? A way back to Mr. Layton and Luke. They were the only ones I knew I could depend on me to help. Depends to help me. What? You know what? It's fine. Cross-examine a parrot is history. Yeah, let's be real. Let's be real. I'm like, this is all so fucking far-fetched, and yet we did bring a fucking parrot to court, so these games are fucking wild. The pleasure was ours, Espella. But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't remember the name of the town where they lived. Huh? You mean London, Espella? Oh, that's it, London! That's what was written on Carmine's letter to Mr. Layton. The blue teddy bear I found in that room was wearing a tag around its neck. Blue Badger. Sorry, Espella, but PC Badger looks nothing like a teddy bear. On the tag in very small letters was written London. I recognized the name of the town. I thought it might be an address. That's because that stuffed toy was used on a special promotion run by the London Metropolitan Police. Oh, that's right! Espella, you must have known that address was super important, and so that's why you kept the tag, right? That way you could meet up with Mr. Layton and Luke again. I just felt so lonely and helpless. I wonder though, who do you think really did it? Hit Olivia over the head with a pipe, I mean. What's this? Oh yeah, I guess we never did find out who the real culprit was. Possibly Miss Darklaw? Possibly? I do believe that may have some connection to the group of witches. What? You mean the witches that were chasing us through London? So Layra, fuck off. I read the first word, I'm like, great, so we're not doing that one today. Indeed, it could be that they noticed your escape onto that ship and managed to infiltrate their own way aboard. Could it be? So, you're saying there was some big scary witch lurking around the inside of that cargo hold? I'm afraid there is a rather high possibility that was the case. Those witches were intent on seeing you brought back to Labyrinthia no matter what. However, in order to do so, they had to make certain you did not become entangled in any situation that may stall your capture. Ah, in other words, the situation with Miss Al Dente, you mean? Precisely. They must have knocked that crew member unconscious and attempted to recapture Espella before the police could arrive. However, their plan was clearly foiled given that you ended up in court regardless. And that's when she became my client. Again, we're not talking about Miss Darklaw at all. I just can't clearly remember anything that happens back then. Again, you got way into the roleplay and didn't establish a safe word, so that's partially on you. Do you think there's a possibility that someone was pulling Espella's strings through the entire trial? Hey, maybe you're right. There was something a little strange about Espella at the time. Always establish a safe word. Do it. Mr. Wright, Espella was introduced to you at the time as a schoolgirl, is that correct? Yes. She would have had no knowledge of the world outside of Labyrinthia. And that being the case, having her stand in an English courtroom as she was would pose a serious problem. Meaning that someone must have been attempting to cover up Espella's identity. What? But, Professor, could someone really do that? Witch! See you later, Charlotte! Take care! Darklaw could never be evil. That they could indeed, Luke, and if it is as I suspect, I believe our adversaries may be far more powerful than we originally thought. Just exactly who or what are we dealing with here? Hey guys, let's head back to the bakery for now. Yeah, we should have done that first. I bet the boss is waiting for us with one heck of a pastry feast. Again. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. Oh. Actually, I can't go home just yet. Yeah, you can. There's pastries waiting for us. And Phoenix is going to take off all of his clothes except for that apron. And I want to see that. Phoenix is like, when the fuck did I say that? And I'm like, right now. Because your horny brain cell decided on it. And he's like, no. And I'm like, but Feeny, yes. Huh? You can't? Aw. Well, there are still a couple of legal procedures to be taken care of before I can go home. Then someone stay with her because she will probably fuck that up somehow. Please, you all go on ahead without me. No, last time we did that, we ended up here and you almost got burned alive. Is that so? Very well. I really must thank you all. Thank you so much for everything. Alrighty then, Espella. We'll catch you later. Yes. Farewell for now. Uh-huh. Why are we letting her go off on her own again? My god. Alright, what's your fucking shark fact? Sharks survived 5 mass extinctions and have hunted Earth's oceans for over 400 million years. Yeah, they are badasses. I never said they weren't. Long after humans are gone, they'll likely still be hunting it. Fuck yourself, dude. Why'd you have to make that personal? Why'd you have to make that personal? Fuck off. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. I have to go get accused of another crime so you can defend it? Yeah, pretty fucking much. Miss Maya has promised us a foreign delicacy of some kind of meat-filled pastry called a hamburger. Am I pronouncing that right? Yes, you is. Mr. Wright, please allow me the pleasure of a proper introduction. My name is Herschel Layton. I'm a professor of archaeology in London. A professor? Huh. Well, my name is Phoenix Wright. I'm an attorney. He's not just an attorney, Mr. Layton. He's the ace attorney. As I suspected, you were no ordinary baker after all, Mr. Wright. Yeah, but I really liked the baker roleplay. It was really cute. It was really cute. It was. Yeah, I thought it was pretty weird myself, to be honest. I mean, I really did believe I'd been a baker all my life. But the more everyone kept saying it, the less sure I was that it was actually true. Just where did that memory come from anyway? Hey, Professor! If Mr. Wright is an attorney, that must mean he's as smart as you, right? I'm afraid I can't really say, Luke. But behind every ace attorney, there's an even smarter, not to mention beautiful, witty, and utterly amazing ace assistant. I think you also forgot humble. My name's Luke Triton. I'm the professor's apprentice. I'm Maya Fey, and Nick here is my apprentice. Isn't that right, Nicky boy? Nicky boy. Hey, wait, why am I your apprentice? Anyway, we should all head back to the bakery. Let's get a move on. My God, I love you, Maya. I'm sure Espella will be back before we all know it. Before we know it. I would not get, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would not get your hopes up about that, Sir Blue Knight. Fuck off, dude. Inquisitor Barnum. Most impressive work tonight. Tis a shame you have kept such ability hidden until now. Trust me, Nick's lawyer abilities beat the pants off of his baking abilities any day of the week. Please beat his pants off. Please beat his pants off. Please. Please. I want to see his pants off. Okay, moving on. What do you mean by that, Inquisitor? Why can't Espella go home? New charges have been brought against Miss Espella Cantabella. Of course they have. What? No way! That can't be right! You have realized it, haven't you? She is being charged under suspicion of being the Great Witch Bezella. You do realize that this could have been like a baseless claim from a proven witch, correct? Correct? God, I really need to cut that nail. Ugh, I don't want to cut it all off. Damn it. She what? How could that be? Am I to assume that charge is based purely on Miss Kira's accusation? It was not I who made the decision. Huh? Regardless, the girl will return to court at the appointed time for further trial. Until then, I am to seek out any and all evidence pertaining to the Great Witch. Pardon me, Inquisitor. What the fucking fuck are you talking about? When exactly is this appointed time? The investigation into this allegation will conclude on the day of the storyteller's next parade. When the fuck is that? That would be 2 weeks from fuck me. Okay. Following our investigations into the matter, the trial of the Great Witch shall proceed. What the? It would appear the girl has been withholding a dark secret from you all. That we've been sucked into a book? Espella. Espella Cantabella's questioning is set to begin shortly. That means visiting hours are over. I recommend you leave immediately. What did I say about going with her? What did I say about going with her? I think Barnum knows what the public here is doing. Yeah, pretty fucking much. Espella, the legendary Great Witch Bezella. Shock! The story that dictates the fate of an entire town, and now a so-called Great Witch named Bezella. Most intriguing. It would seem to be up to us to uncover the answers to these mysteries. But how are we supposed to manage it all in 2 weeks? Where are we going to find any evidence? You've done worse, Phoenix. You fought worse, truly. You know, I was thinking, how do you address a great witch? Hail to thee, O magnificent magical one? Or maybe, what's up, witchy baby? I love you so much. I love you. What difference would it make? She's called a great witch. That's not someone I'd ever want to meet. I believe I've thought of a solution to our problem. It's actually rather simple. I made a short about that. I made a short about that, and it went up this morning. Did you guys see that one? If you do, you know the answer to the question. Yowie. Yowie! Professor Layton? Allow me to explain, Mr. Wright. The only way we may be able to solve the mysteries of this town and its residents is if we join forces. Shock! He's right. We've come this far, there's no way we're just going to give up on Aspella. Okay, I'm on board. I look forward to teaming up with you, Professor. Me too, Luke! Me too, Maya! Now then, shall we press on? This marks the beginning of our own story, one dictated by ourselves and written by our own hands. Prologue over. My God. 2 weeks might as well be a fucking lifetime to find evidence for Phoenix. Let's be real. I know, he has been doing this in all of these, in all of 3 days. Okay, holy shit. Credibility. Yeah, our credibility went ow, down. Ow, 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 curly hair, ow. It hurt. All right. Jesus H. Okay. Well, my God. This was insane. Hold on, just a sec. Hold on. Move! I got it. Hold on, wait, you guys probably want music, so it's not just my unhinged rambling. There we go. Music's is good. And then we do this, and then we do this, and then we do that. Okay, cool. And then we do this, and then we do that, and I'm like, cool. Yep, do that shit. Cool. Complete. Awesome. Goodbye. Got it. Yes, exit now. Awesome. Okay, cool. Hi. God. This was dumb. This trial was so dumb. This trial was obscenely dumb. And my God, Bazella sounds like a frozen pizza brand. I would try Bazella pizza. Are you kidding me? I did the second try. You said there's 5, right? 5 cases? 2 weeks of gathering evidence and Phoenix could probably prove God exists. Let's be real, he would. Or he would make Miles see God. Yeah. Holy shit! 5 cases, yeah. Wow. Okay. And they apparently get better. I'm going to trust Crispy, because Crispy normally doesn't steer me wrong. Normally. Wow. When do Layton and Wright fight? I know, that's what I'm saying! Expecting some cockfighting? I'll fight Phoenix's cock. Oh my God, this is wild. Yeah, I'm wishing that we'd played. Listen, all I'm saying is that you told me there was gonna be a buggy episode in one of my One Piece videos, and I was preparing for the buggy episode, and it turned out to be Zoro's backstory episode. So that is true. Yeah, I'm kind of wishing that we played a couple of I have to compete with Miles. Why don't we all compete together? Why don't the 3 of us compete? Iris can come join us too. 4-way, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yes. All right, it's agreed. I'm happy with that decision. Good job. Good show, everyone. Yeah, no. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to them getting better. Why Spoofy? What's going on? Nope. Okay, Spoofy is working. Awesome. I'm looking forward to them getting better. I do wish that we had played a couple of like Professor Layton games, just so I could have a good balance of, okay, this is what this side is, this is what that side is, because yeah, apparently there's shit that like should have, I don't know, that should have tracked with me, except that we didn't play a Layton game and it sucks. Like the whole spell wearing off thing, that one didn't make sense to me, but Crispy was like, yeah, no. That's not my thing. Like, honestly, if it's like you gave me 2 like yaois and one of them had like mpreg in it, I'm kind of like, I'll skip that one. I don't know. I don't like, even if it's just like hentai, I don't like the whole pregnancy line, but that's just me. Most of the time. Sometimes, like, I'll read one. Like, I'll read them. Sometimes they're, like, really good. I'm like, that shit's cute. That shit's awesome. But, like, that's, I don't know. That's not my thing. I'm like, I'll skip it. I'll go read, like, 5 other things before I go to that one. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my personal thing. There's some things that I'm just like, I'm fine without it. I'm fine. My God. But, yeah. That's just me. Yeah. So I won't be streaming tomorrow. I'm really sorry, guys. We'll be back on Wednesday to see what the fuck is going on. Soup? Why are you at the soup store? We'll be back on Wednesday so we can see what the fuck is going on with Spella Cantabella and Bazella. I hate these names. Does Nayra... What image? Wait, which particular image? Hold on, DM it to me, because I don't think it's if it's what I'm thinking, it's not appropriate for my Discord server. So yeah, yes. Hold on, sorry, I'm shoving aside the horny really quickly. Yeah, we'll be back Wednesday. Aspella Cantabella, Bazella, really dumb, glasses falling into milk pails, because that makes sense. I don't know. I still want to see Phoenix's ass. Let me see your ass, Phoenix, please. Just put on the apron and let me see your ass. Please! That's all I'm asking for. Okay, never mind. There's more. There's more that, but like we can get to that. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. Anyways, I'll see you guys Wednesday. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, following me on Twitch. It is free for you guys and it helps me. Our ultimate goal is a million YouTube subs. That's when I will get in the water with sharks, my greatest fear ever. The big ones, not the weenie ones that you can touch in like the tide pools, the touch tanks. That, yeah, no, I've done that before. I have touched a shark, but the little ones. Yeah, super awesome sharks. Those, the supersized ones. That link tree has all my cosplay, my One Piece videos, unhinged rambling, Chinese lion dancing, travel pictures, all of that good shit. So I'm everywhere. I'm always with you guys. I surround you guys with my unhinged ramblings and craziness. Thanks for joining me. Hopefully we'll see Phoenix's ass next time, but until then.